Hello everyone, welcome to another live stream. I'm Rider of Dinosaurs, and today I have three wonderful people with me. I'll let them introduce themselves, but I'll name them, of course. So let's start with the wonderful SarcasticBarman.
Good evening, Ryder. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Let me guess. You've got a bottle of whiskey in your hands and a glass on the other one.
No, wine.
Wine. Wow,
Yeah.
posh. That is posh.
I like a glass of wine. It doesn't give me as much of a headache in the morning.
And if it does, it can be cured with another glass of wine.
Well, that's the one.
All right, next we have GloberMom.
Hello, hello.
So how are you doing today, Mom?
I'm doing good.
How
I am doing good.
Oh, I forgot to ask one thing of sarcastic. Oh, sarcastic. You got any new videos coming up?
I've got two, actually. I've got one coming out tomorrow on a product called UV Lens. So that's going to be fun. And then I'm going to leave the one on Thursday as a surprise for everyone because that's going to be seriously punch the screen, needing drink, face palmy and everything.
Okay, so
you would.
Fist palm alert. All right, how about yourself, Mom?
Yeah, I've got some things coming out Thursday. Still have to work on them, but for our Thursdays, or the irrelevables, as I call it, if you were bilingual. But yeah, I just had my retrospective out yesterday of Daniel Pratt, so no word from him yet on comments.
All right, and finally, last but not least, SwingTheHammer, which we will call Swing for short. Hi, Swing. How are you doing?
Hello, one and all. I am SwingTheHammer, and I am currently rocking my Rider of Dinosaurs Club Dino t-shirt. You can get yours at teespring.com. Link is in the chat.
Wow, thank you for that chat.
That was sweet.
I've been working on my
sweet.
promo skills.
I'd isolate that and use it on your videos, man. That's cool.
I'm going to ask him to actually redo it again, and I'm going to save it. I'm going to use that. Definitely, I am.
Yeah, you. I was gonna say if we were on camera, I'd have my Rider Dinosaur shirt on too, but we're not on camera.
I actually don't have mine today. It's in, but I have my own. I buy my own merchandise because I like it.
And I'd even be drinking another coffee cup too if I were on.
Yes, coffee cup.
Well, I will say this: when the shirt came in and I showed it to my girlfriend, she thought it was adorable, so she ordered one herself.
Oh,
aww,
really?
Sweet.
Aww. Thanks. You know who I have to upload to get a shirt on? Angus. You know Angus. You know the my mascot.
Oh yes.
For my gaming channel. So he doesn't have a shirt yet, but he will. And I have to thank Danny Star Wars. He did that design for me. And
sweet.
Once you, I'll let you know once I upload the and I create the t-shirts for it. Maybe we'll have more than t-shirts. I'll see if we can have, I don't know, cup holders or something like that. Now, let's not bore these people to death. Let's just have a quick look at the chat before we start, if that's okay with you guys.
Mm-hmm. Oh, of course.
So who do we have on chat? We have Critical Cripple. Welcome, sir. We interact from time to time on Twitter, and pants. Sorry, I just saw him say pants, and what? And I welcome you to my live stream. I honestly don't know if you've been here before or not. This is the first time I notice you. So if you have, I'm sorry, and if it's your first time, welcome. I see SwingTheHammer. Well, of course you are. Kirsten Frost, Laser Beams. Hello.
Yes.
It's been a long time since I had an interaction with her, as in talking to her, of course. The Ramblings, and a few more people. Thank you, everyone, for coming. So, today, we're going to talk about a gentleman called Kyle Adams, who I do got. Why are people talking about pants in the chat? I'm curious now.
Because I started the whole thing. We're not wearing. We can't see the shirts that we're wearing because we're not on video, and then it just devolved into
Right,
pants.
from there.
Yeah. So it went from there, and I said if I was on
Like it
cam,
always
I'd be
does.
wearing pants, and then that started the whole pants thing. Because obviously,
Yeah,
I'm doing a live stream, I'm naked.
And
The
you
only
know
way to
how,
live
how
stream.
chats work. They just devolve after a while.
But no, come on, it got me curious. I saw a lot of people, well, a few people saying pants. Why pants? And I got curious. And you know better than I do, Barman, that in the UK it's not pants, it's trousers, because pants is something completely different.
I don't have pants on either.
Oh God, TMI, man. TMI.
You love it.
So, are you saying your favorite movie is Commando?
Oh
Yes,
no.
I am.
But
Should I bring up an Ed Wood movie, The Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, and
Oh gosh,
Great
that
movie.
movie.
I can imagine barman orders a pizza, and when the delivery guy gets there, he answers the door in a brown garbage bag.
Oh
la
Lord,
Homer
you mean he pulls the Team Skeptic?
Hell no.
No,
hell
no,
I make
Homer
my own
Simpson.
pizzas. I make my own pizzas and I
Oh, that's
deliver
right, he
them naked.
does. There you
People pay me to go
it's a
away.
service, you know.
so do you deliver pizzas, by the way?
We did on the first lockdown. We haven't on these ones because it's winter. I'm not going out when it's cold and naked. It's just like, no, it's cold.
Don't blame you.
Why does it shrink?
This guy has to say shrinking.
It just disappears.
Yep.
Okay, well, this is way.
Talk about devolving. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, speaking of devolve, let's get to this flat Earth idiot.
Yeah, well, it's more. I was trying to introduce the guy, but maybe you can, Swing. You've had a look at his video. Give me your ideas of this guy. And since you're so good at...
All right, folks. So this is a gentleman by the name of Kyle Adams who goes by Professor Kyle, but make no mistake, he is no professor, and he is about to bore us all to death. But don't you worry, there are 4 people here to keep you awake.
I'll try to at least.
We'll try. Can't make any promises.
All right. So he says that he wanted to destroy a science book. Let me just go back and see if I can bring up. So the science book, it's called Modern Earth Science, and he promised, and he complied, of course, with making videos about the Earth Science book. And we're about to delve into it. And for those who don't know, this happy face is Kyle, or Professor Kyle of the Flat Earth Institute of Science, I think it is.
Did he give himself the Professor Rutterud?
He gave himself
yes.
everything. He gave himself the professor title, and the Flat Earth Institute is just his YouTube channel.
Think JM Truth, basically.
He also gave himself COVID.
Funny enough, I previously did a video on this guy because he was complaining that the church forbid him to record videos in front of his church. Then I made a video about it, and soon after he deleted it. It's so bad, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yep.
They are so righteous, and then they just delete things when they're called upon. But there we go. So, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Tell me to stop at any point. Maybe I'll just lower the audio for the video just a little bit, so
And
we
of
can.
course, he brings the Rowdy Roddy Piper character from They Live into it. But
Of
anyway.
Of course.
Oh. All right, let's get going.
Okay.
As many can attest, when you join the Censored Earth community, you are given a new set of eyes.
Those are glasses. That's not a new set of eyes.
Yes.
Now, I've studied Earth science before, but now that I've been given a new set of eyes, I'm going to go back and take another look and tell you what I see.
Since he's a flat earther, do you think he's got flat eyes now?
That's what I'm wondering.
Square ones.
Square. Yeah, they're cubes, right?
Well, I don't know. Is the flat Earth a cube as well? I don't know. They've never been able to define it, have they?
No, they haven't, have they? They have no model. Remember, they have no model.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, White Buffalo
Well,
says
they have models. They just don't realize they're not scientific.
Right.
well, they have
But
models.
they can't agree on what the model is, though. They all have different interpretations of it.
Of course.
Yeah.
And they always do one thing. Oh, by the way, it's not up to scale. It's not up to scale. It's not up to scale. So they want to be accurate. They want to explain their science to the world, but it's never, ever up to scale.
No,
All right,
it
let's
never
continue.
works either.
This is a 13-minute video. We're just 19 seconds in. Let's
I
get
know. We're terrible.
Yeah, hit
Yes.
play.
Let's let it go for a little bit. We'll have to refrain from.
This is modern
up.
Earth science destroyed.
destroy.
Introducing Earth science.
Studying the Earth is like putting together a complex jigsaw puzzle that is made up of pieces that are constantly changing shape. As time passes, many of the pieces change so much that they don't even resemble their original shape. Or worse yet, some of the pieces are even destroyed or replaced with different pieces. The only constant in this puzzle is change.
Oh, for those who don't know, this is a children's book. So introduction.
Okay,
to
I had a feeling.
science.
I didn't even realize that. That explains so much.
That does, doesn't it?
So I forgot to say that because I just remembered this is kind of an introductory book for children, into earth science. So anything you'll hear here will be simplified, and I don't
And
know
yet
why.
Flurf still
Right,
can't
right.
understand it.
Right. It
Yeah.
won't go into great detail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
'Cause it
won't
is
go
for
to great
children,
detail.
yeah.
I just thought it was very interesting and, quote unquote interesting, that a professor, quote unquote professor, would attack a children's book.
Well, Nathan Roberts did it, remember, with his children's book on space, destroyed it at Target.
Well, he actually
They
destroyed
always
it.
go with for the kids. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's not. Well, we were having a pre-stream conversation about that and Nathan Thompson. Maybe we can leave that for the
Yeah.
end.
We'll leave that alone. We'll leave that one alone for right now.
Let's laugh a little bit.
Does this description surprise you? Perhaps you think of the Earth as being constant and unchanging. After all, the Earth is made up of some very durable materials, such as rock. Compared to most things, rock does not
I
seem
hope.
to change much. Appearances, however, can be deceiving.
This
I don't think they've.
rock's one of the biggest things that does change. Sedimentary rock, igneous
I
rock,
hope
all of
it's
that is
durable.
the whole basis of geology. Fuck's sake!
Well, again, like I
goodness
said,
sake.
you promised, mate. You promised me.
I did.
That's
I
one.
just remembered then.
Do we need a swear jar? Do we need a swear jar in here?
Yeah, I think we did. I think we do, and I think we'll make more money than I will do from the live stream itself. As in, what money YouTube will give me for it. So maybe we'll just put in a swear jar. But like I was saying, this is she's just reading what's there, as you can see. Don't forget, this is a children's book, so this is really simple, okay? Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to understand it. And I'm not talking about the children. Let's continue.
Good.
The Earth, in fact, undergoes incredible changes. It's just that many of these changes happen very, very slowly.
Yep.
So, what do you think about all that?
Well, the Earth certainly does go through a great amount of change, so I agree with them about that. But the principles and concepts involved in how the world works are the things that don't change. That is my opinion anyway, and I openly acknowledge it as such.
So,
So, in my opinion, he sarcastic barman. He just gave. Super chat. So you just gave me a super chat. Is that your pound for the jar?
That's my square jar.
That's his penance for swearing.
All right.
He has a super chat $1 every single time.
All right, that's good.
Oh,
Or a pound. I'm sorry, a pound. Sorry.
Ryder, before the stream is over, you're going to get to retire.
I wish.
Be nice, huh?
I'm a lot better than I used to be.
Maybe I'll be able
Depends on
to.
the subject, I think.
Maybe I'll be able to gift Barman with a pair of trousers.
All right, so what were we going to say about what Kyle had just said?
That he said absolutely nothing. He just, minced a couple of words, says just, I agree for now. Basically, That's what he's saying. I agree for now. But he's condescending. He's just so irritating. His voice just makes me
Yeah,
tingle.
that's true, huh? But
well, let's see what he has to
voice.
say.
Are your opinions the things that destroy what is written in this book?
No. Let's continue on and you'll see what I mean.
All right, let's keep reading. Of course, not everything on Earth occurs slowly. Earthquakes, tornadoes,
Question before we continue. Do you guys want me to try and skip this bit where she reads? I never know where she's going to stop because I've not seen the full video yet. But I can try and skip, see... Or do you want me to
I don't mind because I like having her explanation than his
that's
absolute
true, huh?
well and truly idiot interpretation of what's just been said and how it backs up their model, which they don't have, because he lacks the brain cells to form a coherent argument himself and has to rely on a child's book to try and pick something apart.
Sable Eagle votes for skipping the whole thing, but we can't do that, so...
Yeah, this is why I preface this with they are boring as hell because they read slowly, but that's why we're here to interject some entertainment.
Yeah. 1.5 speed, we can always do.
That's true.
Yeah,
a little bit faster.
That's
Chipmunk.
good. I've never done it. Well, where do you do it?
Hit the
On your playback, I'll hit the cog, the settings,
Yeah, you were just there,
playback
Ryder.
which says playback, I think. Yeah, there you go.
125 or 150?
Go 125 and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah,
Okay, 125. See how that goes.
125, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I clicked on flat Earth.
tidal waves and lightning strikes, for example, occur so quickly they pose their own sets of problems for Earth scientists. Imagine the task of studying a phenomenon that occurs randomly at an unknown location and only lasts for 30 seconds. That's exactly what Earth scientists face when they study earthquakes. Seem impossible? It is difficult, but not impossible. Such studies require creativity and an innovation. This site was a seabed about 200 million years ago. Much has happened here since then. Today it is known as El Capitan of the Guadalupe Mountains.
Whoa.
Whoa, indeed.
Let's circle that right there. Do you think the authors of this book are 200 million years old?
And there we go.
God.
And there we
Oh
go.
my god, this
Did he
part.
really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So it's the old flat Earth.
Were they there?
Exactly.
That's what you're hearing. Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. He's a Christian, and I have nothing against Christian people, at least not the ones who try to push, that don't try to push their religion onto me or anyone else. But here's the thing. He's a Christian or Mormon or whatever. Was he there when Jesus was there? Because he's just reading it from a book as well. So,
Right.
pot kettle? I don't know.
Yep.
Quick and Ryder, if I may interject, if you
Sure.
could full screen this video, because also for the chat, it would be hard to read on the
Okay.
on the YouTube video.
Let me just make a small change onto the window. So I'll move this there. Not a full screen. I can do it. I can do a full screen, but do you think it's better this way, or I can actually?
I don't mind.
This.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that works.
I
That
just
works.
didn't want to cut the chat, if that makes sense. But if everyone's
Yeah.
okay with it, I'll just cut it and put everything on full screen. I don't know.
Well, having it bigger like that is definitely better. So yeah, that's fine with me.
Make it taller. Someone's saying, okay, I'll make it bigger. There we go. Now it's bigger. Sounds dirty.
There you go.
Sounds dirty. Bigger. All right, here we go. This is not my proper chat. my proper stream. Oh God.
No, not at all.
They're making a claim here and don't provide any evidence to support their claim.
Pot
Go-
kettle.
What's worse, in other science books, there would be evidence for the claim of that being a sea 200 million years ago. There'll be things in the fossil record. There'll be samples of the rocks themselves. They'll understand that some of these rocks are made up of seashells because that's how they were formed over millions of years. So to say that there's no evidence for it, he's just basically talking out his backside.
Yes, you can say ours. I'm enjoying getting your money.
I'll think about it. Depends how much of a discount I get. I need a new T-shirt. I've got too fat for my old one.
Oh, jeez.
They are saying this is true because they said so. Or they are expressing an opinion and are treating it as though it were a fact.
Isn't that what he's doing?
That's all he does.
Because that's all they do. And we can say they because we're referring to flat earthers. We're not referring to an entity that no one knows who they are. So when they say, oh, they want you to think this way, they want to indoctrinate you. Well, when we say they, we mean the flat earthers. And he's just doing that. He's just, bullshitting.
That is a problem.
Yeah. Science is the systematic knowledge of the physical or material world gained through observation and experimentation.
And he calls he calls us parrots. What he just did,
Right.
What he just did, he read the definition of science or scientist or something like that of science. So that's all he did. That's that. If you Google it, you'll get it word by word what you just heard.
According to dictionary.com.
There we go.
Without observation and experimentation, we can't call that claim science.
And any comments?
He is just being a knob. He really is. Yes, there's going to be science involved. No, it's not in a book designed for children. As someone in your chat just said, Robert, an introductory children's book is supposed to provide full disclosure on geology. No, it's not. It's a child's book.
No.
That's like you read in a
college
children's
level.
book that cars go vroom vroom. You're not going to read about how the spark plugs and the pistons work. You're not going to understand that.
It's not like it's college level learning, okay?
Wait, Swing, your
It's
example,
age appropriate.
even your example is lacking because even if you talk about the spark plugs and the engine, you still have to talk about combustion. You have to talk which forces are involved.
Yep.
You have to
Yep.
talk
Yep.
about the chemistry.
Exactly.
If you want to
Yeah.
go that deep, you'll have an encyclopedia for the first chapter.
Exactly.
Yep.
It is important to notice when the authors make these kinds of claims. Far too much dogma out there is based on opinion rather than fact. And this happens when people choose to just go with the flow and fail to recognize when claims like this are being made.
And this is why, like I said, I skimmed the video just to see a couple of things. I haven't seen the video like what we're doing now, and this is why I love doing kind of a lot. I don't like to say blind, but I think that's the proper word for now. Kind of a blind reaction is so much projection here. It's just too much. It's exactly what they do all the time.
I love watching videos without watching beforehand because you do get it's the laughs and your actual reactions are just perfect.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
I've got Carlos T on chat saying he's ripping a children's book using an infant's logic. Okay then.
And then Gary Donnelly says, "I bet he feels right clever debunking a children's book."
Of course he does. Oh my God.
Scientific doctrine should be based on well-founded conclusions rather than flimsy hypotheses. Now, as many might recall, in my Censored Earth series, I previously did a video entitled Cards on the Table. Now let me show you how this works. Here the authors of the book have laid a card on the table. I just refuted their card and have explained the problems I see with their card.
No, you didn't.
No,
you
you
just
didn't
said
refute anything.
it's wrong. You didn't go and disprove all of geology. You
It's
no.
called opinion. Okay, opinion, not refuting.
He just went, no,
The nuh-uh fallacy. The nuh-uh fallacy.
I think we need to come up with new fallacies for this guy.
Yes.
Now, if their card was a cake, rather than complaining about the only cake on the table, I am going to provide a better cake and put that on the table. And I am going to try and do this as often as I can throughout this series.
I like that. We're
Okay.
not trying to knock their cake off the table and leave them with nothing. We want to provide people with something better.
I like cakes. What are you talking about?
Cakes are nummy.
A cyanide cake is not a better cake. Just saying.
No, definitely
That's
not.
true. Or urinal cake is not a better cake either. You're right.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if everyone did that? It could lead to some pretty amazing cake.
If you feel like you have an even
Okay.
better cake than the one I present, I want to see it and take a bite of it.
Certainly, it's called all of modern science.
That
Yes.
no, that's so wrong on so many levels, and I'm using my other brain. Yeah, I'm not using my my logical brain. I'm using my dirty brain.
Okay.
I want to eat it and take a bite out of it. Definitely dirty, right there.
Yeah, that's true, huh?
Since the stream is already off the rails, let it slide out of the rails completely. Just doesn't matter.
Derail that. Let's just derail it completely. Not
Yeah,
all the
that
cars
doesn't
on the
matter. Let's
cars
make it
on the
fun.
ground.
Please present it on our public debate board. There's a link to that in the description. All right, so here's my cake. People often judge the age of a mountain by the layers of dirt they see in a mountainside.
I know where he's going with this. He's going to be so.
Well, let it go.
Of course, but he's going to be so wrong.
Oh yeah, kind of like judging the age of a tree by counting the number of tree rings.
Yeah, but layers of dirt work differently than the rings on a tree. These are the results of a soil test. When you do a soil test, you go out and take different samples of soil from different places in your yard, put them in a jar, pour some water in, and shake it up really well so that it is all suspended in the water.
Oh dear God!
And then you just wait and watch it all settle.
That's not how that
After
works.
letting it sit,
Not how that works.
That's not how that works. Oh my God.
Really? Really?
Yeah, really.
Let's mix dirt up and let it settle and see what happens. No, that's not what happened.
Oh God.
If this was the case and everything, the layers in mountains were because of this, why in some cases do we get a nice rare rock, then some sand, some organic matter, some
Right.
fossils, then some more sand, and maybe some rock above that sand? Things don't work the way he thinks works.
And the
Layers
example,
break-
the example he just did, put it all in a jar like you did before
And
initially,
shake it up.
and then shake it. What the hell?
Oh, that's an earthquake. That's a really big earthquake.
Pretty much.
God
yeah.
had some chili that night.
Damn.
Damn, really damn. Oh my God.
Wow.
I hope I wasn't too loud when I started laughing. Oh
No,
God.
that's fine.
Well,
Fact he's got it the best in chat. God came down and shook the hell out of the mountain and yelled, "Creation!"
I made a big mud pie. Look at me.
it's called sediment
No,
for a reason.
That's not how that worked.
They settle on top of each other
Yeah.
throughout the years. Does he even, since he was talking about layers, does he even know how a layered cake is made? Probably not.
No.
Or Jello.
He's-
When you do
he's
like the
not
layers of
qualified to
Jello
make
on top
cake.
of each other.
Yes. Let's continue.
sit. These are the results of one such soil test. Now, does it take millions of years to get the soil to settle in layers like this? No, it doesn't even take a full day to get results like this. I'll also point out that I have rings of sediment on this plastic pitcher.
Can I?
That's not sediment. That's
God.
Jesus Christ.
My only response to that is good for you, little boy. You get a gold star.
No, he
Those are
doesn't.
mineral deposits, not sediments from water. Oh my god! It's caused by evaporation. You stupid idiot.
Oh, God. So this is just 5 minutes in. This is the first video, and this is a 13-minute video. So we're not even halfway there. We're close, but not halfway
Put it
there.
on 1.5. Put it on 1.5. We're going to die
Put on
laughing.
1.5, please. May I note that picture? Whatever water's in that picture,
No.
they got some pretty
Although
minerally water.
Yeah.
Although I don't think the
Woohoo.
speed of the playback is the problem. The problem is I have to stop the video.
We're stopping
because-
it.
Yeah, but at least then we're getting. He's not going to talk for as long.
That's true.
Yeah, we
Well,
gotta let him get a
quicker.
few sentences in.
Yeah, but I
It'll go
want
quicker between
I want
stops.
to understand him still. But let's continue.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it didn't take millions of years for these rings to form, nor is this picture millions of years old.
See, I can't stop myself.
He has no clue. No freaking clue.
I'm just going to repeat myself. That's not how it works.
That's not how any of this works.
Any of it.
Tell you what, Kyle, write up a paper showing your little picture test and send it to world famous geologists and see how that works.
He might laugh more than we do.
Probably.
Exactly.
I would love to be a guy with a camera when they receive that test, and and
All
watch
of
the video.
geology debunked by a picture.
A plastic
what's
picture.
what we're using? It's a picture made out of plastic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which makes it worse.
Oil.
I don't know about you guys, but that picture looks pretty damn round.
It doesn't it? Yep.
No,
Sure does.
It looks straight. Look. Can you see my arrow? Look, it's
Yes.
straight.
It looks straight right.
Okay.
It's straight. There's no. Where's the curve, man? Can you see a curve? I cannot see the curve. It's straight.
That's the horizon, by the way.
Yeah, but I'm using flat Earth
horizon
logic.
picture.
It doesn't matter. I'm looking at the horizon.
I know.
It's flat.
I gotcha. Look at those hot spots, man. That stuff was close and local too.
So do the layers of dirt on a mountainside suggest that the mountain is millions of years old? No.
Yes.
A massive flood could produce results like that in a relatively short amount of time.
Now he's talking about the flood.
Oh no!
Yes.
No!
Yes, but I'm gonna let him continue.
Okay.
So here is my cake. It doesn't take millions of years to produce mountains like those. And because I have backed up my claim with observation and experimentation, I can claim that my cake has more flavor.
It has more flavor. What the hell?
Oh my god!
Well,
So he does a completely senseless, idiotic, stupid test with water that the mountain doesn't have. Let's start with that. Shakes everything because the way he did it, he's saying that the lower levels of the layer are heavier than they go down, but that's not that's not how it works at all.
No,
and I'm
it's
no
not.
geologist. It's just, oh my god.
That has nothing to do with it. It's not a density gradient. The Earth is not a density in that respect.
Nope.
A density gradient.
You can even have the heaviest layer on top. Doesn't matter because it's just like the rings of a tree. It depends.
I was gonna say, Earth is probably actually more like that cake than we're giving Kyle credit for, because you've got a sponge layer, then the creamy layer, and it going up like that. The heaviest thing by weight is probably the chocolate finger on top.
Yeah,
That's true. But then he's acting like if there's sand, the sand's going to sink down the bottom or something like that.
Yeah,
because density or whatever. It's like, oh my god, no, that's not how that works.
Higgledy.
That's exactly how he's thinking, because that's what his example, shaking the jar with water in it. It's just, God. And the densest thing on the face of the earth is his brain.
That's the lightest thing, I think.
It's probably has its own gravity. So let's continue.
And I can call my claim.
I think his brain is 10 to the negative 7. 10 to the 7. Gotta give it.
Oh my God! You don't know it? Come on! You can do it, Mom. He's got to.
I think his brain is 10 to the negative 17 Tor.
There you go.
Not that much there. Thank you. I was laughing. I couldn't get it.
All right. Let's continue. Let's continue.
Yes, I suddenly want some cake too. You're right, guys.
I'm on a diet. I can't have cake.
Oh, darn it. See, and all this cake talk. Oh, well.
Yeah, that's why I want to get move past this part. I don't want to see that cake anymore. Mr.
OLM's, I can't forget how his name is anyway. His comment. Why doesn't the chocolate finger sink to the bottom with a
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Then you Miss Fuji Warriors reply to that. It's a violation of the second law of cake dynamics.
There you go.
Mr. Andrak, cake tectonics.
The chat's just okay.
All
I
right.
gotta stop it. Let's watch this. I'll ignore the chat.
I like the chat as it's going. It's a good rate. They can chat and we can have fun.
They can chat, but I'm looking at them and it's weird. I can't. Anyway,
no, you can because
I can.
Part of the fun of being on a live stream is reacting to the chat
Cake
as well.
tectonics. They're killing me. They're killing me. Okay, should we keep going with stupid?
Take millions of years to produce mountains like those. And because I have backed up my claim with observation and experimentation, I can claim that my cake has more flavor. And I can call my claim a scientific one. Wow. Again, if you think you have a better cake, don't put it in the comment section. Put it on the debate board where we can study it in depth. If your cake is truly better than mine, I'll happily toss mine in the trash and celebrate yours. All right, let's continue.
You won't. No, you won't. You liar. You'll claim your cake doesn't exist, or you weren't there to see your cake being made. So how do you?
And explain lava cake.
Just explain lava. Jeez.
Okay.
Earth scientists use elaborate systems
Well, that's fine. Now she's going to read. She's going to read from the top, from the red text. So
to pinpoint the location of earthquakes, yet they still do not know enough to predict when and where they will occur. Earth scientists also beat the odds when they study remote locations. Consider the difficulty of exploring the bottom of the ocean at depths of more than 10 kilometers. Or consider the exploration of other planets and outer space. Earth scientists use technology in new and incredible ways to achieve such difficult observation and studies. Meteorologist, geologist, oceanographer, and astronomer are all specialties within the area of Earth science. Together, these scientists attempt to understand our physical home within the universe. Such understanding will help us make wise decisions both now and in the future. Oceanographers often go to great depths and take great risks to add to their understanding of the oceans. Hot situations such as this one on the right are not unusual for an Earth scientist who study volcanoes. Begin your own journey of understanding by turning the page and entering the realm of Earth science. I'm proud to be your guide on what I hope to be a fascinating and enlightening experience.
So this was from the chair of the Department of Earth Sciences in Pierce College, Washington. So, any comments so far? All good. We're good.
Well, she's just reading from it, so there's nothing to comment on.
Reading, so,
Robert
yeah.
J. Sager.
It's when you get to him is what it's fun to comment.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're going to skip these safety.
But I will say,
Precaution
for
Yep.
explaining to children in a layman's way, that, was pretty satisfactory.
Yeah.
It is.
But of course, even that is too difficult for a flat earther to understand. So,
because
that's why we're here.
Yeah, exactly. Because
Mr. Andrat, no, earthquakes are not caused by giant forks, okay? I always said that looked like the giant folks when I first saw it.
you know that if he believes in God and he truly believes that, maybe earthquakes are God's farts, maybe. You know, under the covers, like everyone does. You just cover your shame and then everything shakes.
Oh god. I have so much in my head right now. I don't want to bring it out because it's going to be not be good.
You know what? I give you all three the liberty to say whatever you want, as long as it's not offensive. At a point that my video gets banned or anything, just be yourselves today. I don't care anymore. Just
Okay.
Oh no, sarcastic gloves are off.
No.
Does that mean the swear? The
No,
swear
no.
jar thing is
I'll
off
only
too?
swear as much as I do in my videos because my videos come up green, so I can say what the fuck I want by YouTube standards.
All right. Now, I was about to say, everyone except Barman, because I'm enjoying his money.
Too late.
Yep, you opened that can of worms already.
Yeah, I did.
Can't
I
close
did.
it.
All right, let's continue.
Pages, I hope you don't mind. Although this part about explosion danger really gets me wondering what kind of experiments are in this book.
Well,
Gee.
dangerous ones.
Things that explode.
So, I know he's married, but does he have any kids?
Yes.
Oh God.
I believe he does have at least a child or two.
Oh God.
I think they're toddlers though, or ones she's yeah.
I've
seen him a picture of him where he's holding a baby.
Oh God. All right. So he's just like JM, who has about 4 or 5. I don't know how many.
Probably about 2 or 3, maybe 1 or 2 somewhere in there.
Jesus. All right. The world is doomed. Doomed. But let's
I'll tell you one thing: if they were both raised in the Mormon religion, then birth control is off the table for them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have some people in the church, they have like 6 kids. Not many, but some have the big family because that's what they're taught. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right. Let's continue.
I was not raised Mormon, but I'm converted to Mormonism, so I don't have that. Didn't have to worry about that. So that's perfect. Wait, go ahead.
Just don't blow yourself up.
All right, concept mapping.
What is a concept map? Have you ever tried to tell someone about a book or a chapter you've just read and you find that you can only remember a few isolated words and ideas? Or maybe you've memorized facts for a test, and then weeks later, you're not even sure what topic those facts were related to. In both cases, you may have understood the ideas or concepts by themselves, but not in relation to one another. If you could somehow link the ideas together, you would probably understand them better and remember them longer. This is something a concept map can help you do. A concept map is a visual way of choosing how ideas or concepts fit together, and it can help you see the bigger picture.
How to make a concept map. Make a list of main ideas or concepts. It might help to write each concept on its own slip of paper. This will make it easier to rearrange the concepts as many times as you need to before you've made sense of how the concepts are connected. After you've made a few concept maps this way, you can go directly from writing your list to actually making the map. Our debate board makes things really easy for this. Spread out the slips on a sheet of paper and arrange the concepts in order from the most general to the most specific. Put the most general concept at the top and circle it. Ask yourself, how does this concept relate to the remaining concepts? As you see the relationships, arrange the concepts in order from general to specific. Next, connect the related concepts with lines. On each line, write an action word or short phrase that shows how the concepts are related. Look at the concept map on this page and then see if you can make one for the following terms: the solar system, the sun, planets, star, Earth, Jupiter. An answer is provided below, but don't look at it until you try the concept map yourself. Look at that. They're saying the Earth is like Jupiter.
Because it's a planet. It is.
Yeah.
Because it's a planet. They've got.
It's
the
not
same...
exactly made up like Jupiter, but it's a planet.
No, that's his assumption. But it's classified as the same, which
True.
is planet.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be interesting to expand that and do a more detailed comparison between the Earth and Jupiter on the debate board. All right, so here's our debate board. We try to model our debate board off of a concept map as much as possible. We're going to add each page of the book to the debate board so anyone can highlight anything and make commentary about it. Here I have the first page, and down below in the red boxes, I've attached my 4 counterarguments to their claim about the age of the seabed. My first counterargument is, the authors of the book are not 200 million years old and can't verify the age of the seabed as first-hand witnesses.
Wow.
Yeah.
They don't need
God. There's other ways to tell you actually to be there. But like we said, was he around when Jesus was crucified? So how does he, you know what I mean? That kind of thing.
What annoys me about that argument is that literally every single murder that doesn't have an eyewitness or a security camera
Never happened.
Yeah,
Right?
no, you
No.
can never ever convict a killer.
Swing,
True. But that's
Swing. You can apply this to anything. History.
You can. Yeah.
So, and unless unless you were there, Nixon was never president. George Washington never
Right.
was never battled the British or whatever. Nothing prior to your existence that you did not, witness yourself didn't exist. So
Right.
And once again, as you pointed out before, nobody was there for Jesus' birth. So there you go.
well, he was not. At least someone was, but he wasn't. Definitely, he was not. So they don't apply the same rules to themselves.
No, you're right. You're right. You're
All
right.
right. Let's continue.
My second counter argument is a claim without observation and experimentation to back it up is not a scientific claim. Then down below in the blue box, which is my support box, I've got the quotation for the definition of science according to dictionary.com.
Oh, God.
You remember when I paused and I said he's actually reading the definition? My evidence that he was doing exactly that.
Well, his second counter argument is valid that a claim without observation and experimentation is not a scientific claim. That's valid. The
That's
problem
true.
is we have that.
We have that.
He's
Exactly.
just ignoring it.
Yeah, no, what he's expecting. I think he was expecting more like in a website that you click on it and you go deeper into the subject. So on a website you can have something like that, saying that this site was sealed about 200 million years ago and blah blah blah, and you can create a link and go to the evidence. Just show everything that Barman said. So the sediment deposit, the seashells, and everything. But he's expecting this in a children's book.
Right. And it's not going to happen in a children's book.
Of course, it's not going to
Do you
happen.
guys? Do you think? No, go ahead,
Go on.
Barman.
All right. I was going to say, I just don't think he knows what books actually are and that hyperlinks don't work in books.
I have a
not had
serious
much-
question. Do you think that Kyle is aware that he's reading off a children's book?
No.
Probably not.
No.
No.
Because half of his arguments wouldn't be applicable if he knew it was a children's book, unless he's just a complete a moron. Oh, wait. he could be that.
All right.
And in that bottom corner, I've got a link to dictionary.com where you can go and see it for yourself. My next
So wait a minute. Oh, okay, so he's got a link. Okay, this is his board. Sorry about that.
counter argument is all the authors have given us to go on the matter is their word for it. They're saying, we are the experts, therefore you should trust us.
That's what exactly you're saying. You're saying, don't
Correct.
believe the experts. I'm the expert. Believe in me, not them. So
Right.
And yet, once again, the experts for it not to be a genetic virus is, yes, we are the experts, and yes, here is a shed load of evidence to support our claims of this stuff being old. Do you have any supporting evidence that it's not? No, but I got cake. I got the spoon.
But if I can't do it myself, it's not real. Yeah. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's got evidence. He's got dirt in a jar with water.
And water.
Just thought of something. Would anyone actually trust him with an oven to make cake?
I was just thinking
I
that.
highly doubt he cooks, to tell you the truth.
I see Kyle taking all the ingredients to a cake, putting it in a pitcher, and just shaking it up.
and no cake.
And then throwing the contents with the pitcher into the oven.
Yeah.
It's a genetic fallacy where someone judges something as either good or bad or right or wrong just because of where it came from.
That's exactly what he's doing. Let me just put it back. Sorry.
They're saying, we are the experts, therefore you should trust us. This is the genetic fallacy where someone judges something as either good or bad or right or wrong just because of where it came from.
That's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah. IMAX wants a projector back. Okay.
Oh, by the way, that's not even the genetic fallacy. That's the argument from authority.
That
Yeah.
that is. Yeah.
Can't even get your fallacy right, Fleur.
Genetic is if I can't see it or do it, it's not true or whatever. That's the genetic one, right?
Yeah.
If I didn't see it, then it's fake. Ugh. If I can't do, yeah. God.
Just because someone has a PhD doesn't mean they are infallible and incapable of saying something that is wrong.
So, isn't he Professor Kyle? That's my argument.
Nor does that mean that someone without a PhD is incapable of saying something that is right. Now,
That's fine. Someone with a PhD can be wrong about something, and someone without a PhD can be right about something or about the same subject. Perfect. I agree with that.
if you see something you disagree with, just make a box and write your counter argument in the box. We go with red boxes for counter arguments, and then we just take an arrow and point it to the claim that we disagree with. On the debate board, you'll notice that we've already uploaded each of the pages of the next lesson. If you can make some good comments on any of that, we'll be sure to include them in our next lesson.
Okay, this is just the board and whatever. This is the end of the first video. Are you guys up to watching the next one? Hello?
Oh, my apologies. I was muted. I said absolutely.
Okay. Barman?
Yes, I just had to run away for 3 seconds. I'm back now.
Were you doing a Sleepy Warrior?
I was.
The fact that sounded far away just made it so much funnier.
When I read his thing in intro shot, I'm like, okay, just don't do it. As long as he doesn't do it on camera, we're fine. On stream, we're fine.
Well, we know that he doesn't even have to drop his trousers.
Oh my god. You. Oh god, man. Only you. So,
As many can attest, when you join the Censored Earth community, you are given a new set of eyes.
Faster, faster.
That seems to be his introduction then.
Now, I've studied Earth science destroyed. You know.
Okay, so that's the introduction, apparently. Okay.
Every time? Jeez.
Is everyone, have they had the bathroom break yet? If you guys want a bathroom break, just let me know.
I'm good.
I'm back.
I'm not going to sing, or else all the people that are actually actually watching this stream will just fade away. Okay. All right. Ready for video number 2. And here we go.
1. Studying the Earth. Right off the bat, I've got to say I love the fact that they put the astronaut right next to the scuba diver. If you haven't studied about bubbles in space, I highly recommend doing so.
Bubbles in space.
Oh, can we just call out the rubbish on that just as it is? Yes, there is an astronaut because it's hard to get to space and it's an area we can't explore easily, and a scuba diver because it's hard to get deep underwater and explore that. And as for bubbles in space, why don't bubbles in space all go the same direction? Why do they seem to go random directions depending on wherever they feel like going? Because they're not freaking bubbles. They're just particles that have been knocked off something, possibly ice. If you do any research into this, which I doubt Kyle could spell research at this point, you would find that that's not how things work, Kyle.
I think he's going more with the idea that everything is filmed underwater and then pretend to be in space and what's not. He just doesn't realize that these things need to be tested in the closest possible environment, which is underwater. That's what we have available to us right now. That's best, I don't know, mimics space. The weightlessness.
Yeah, it's the closest thing to weightlessness.
It's the closest thing. If we had something else, we'd use something else. Probably we can use some cake next time. I don't know. I'll
cake batter. Ooh.
Cake or Jello. Yeah. I'll
Jello. There you go.
I'll talk to my guy in NASA, and we'll discuss about that.
I'll leave some links in this video's description and on our debate board.
Those clouds right there even look like bubbles. All right, let's continue.
No, they don't.
Oh my.
They don't, but okay, whatever.
No, God.
It's
what
just,
is that? What is that phenomenon? I think pareidolia, where you
pareidolia.
But
it looks like a person. Ooh, fake confirmed.
In this case, it's moronitis. I don't know if it's a word, but it is now.
I like that word. More
Introducing
scientists.
Unit 1.
Okay.
Communication is the key to progress in science. Without a way to build on past knowledge and pass new knowledge on to others, each new generation would have to rediscover facts about the planet on which we live.
I can't help but think of computers here, and imagine each generation having to reinvent the computer. Thankfully, we don't have to do that, but we are able to build bigger and better stuff when we are able to build off of other people's already existing inventions.
Pause.
This can be
If that's the case, why do flat earthers claim when we say, right, so we know this lake is this big, and we know that, oh, did you go and measure it? No,
Right.
Well, you have to go and do it. You know what? Take your book and shove it up your backside. I don't have to measure it because I rely on the people who have trained their lives to make maps that are accurate, because otherwise people will get freaking lost.
And don't forget, when you measure it, you got to use a tape measure. You can't use the laser
That's the only way
or
to
any
do it.
kind of satellite. You got to have a tape measure and do it like that.
Have you guys heard the claim that I'm sure you've heard of course, that the sun is not 93 million miles away? But
Yeah.
Of course.
have you
Yes,
heard the
I've
flat
heard that.
earthers say, because I have heard them say, you can't measure that far because
Yes.
there's no tape. How do you get the tape there?
Yeah.
And at this point, and people, sometimes I'm on Twitter and I post something and people say, oh, this is parody, I'm sure. And because of all of these things, and I know that this flat earther said this seriously, the division between parody and I don't know what to call it anymore, and craziness, it's so thin you can't
Lunacy.
actually lunacy.
The division between parody and stupidity.
Yeah,
There you go.
it's not existing anymore. It's just very, very,
No.
very thin.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right.
And they tend to forget we've got at least 2 probes around the sun right now, going around the sun.
Oh, it's
Or,
fake,
you know,
obviously.
flying
but have
around
you
near
seen
the
it
sun.
yourself?
Oh, that's right.
Me.
Yet they claim there's a dome above our heads that no one's
right.
ever seen.
Yes.
There's this dome. Never
Yeah.
seen the dome.
Have you been there? No, penguins with guns in the South Pole.
With laser
Yeah.
beams on their freaking heads.
And the sun is only 3,000 miles away. How do you know? Because that's how the maths works. Oh, so you measured it with a ruler then?
And the moon's only 70 miles across and all that BS. Oh,
successful
God.
so long as it is built on a foundation of observation and experimentation. It is also important that the older generations are able to explain to the younger generations what they did so their experiments can be replicated. If the older generations can't do that
Yeah.
and are merely passing on their assumptions, they are setting the younger generations up for failure. Continue on.
When I was a student majoring in urban and economic geography, I discovered one of our most valuable aids to scientific communications: maps. Maps are a delightful blend of art and science. They give us an efficient graphic.
Wait, she studied maps. How can she be a flat earther?
No, this is from the book.
isn't it?
She's reading the book.
Oh, sorry. No, I thought it was still a comment. I'm not following the text.
I
Sorry,
know.
I'm just
It's hard the
listening.
way they talk.
Yeah.
You don't know whether they're reading or commenting sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
way
Yeah.
to present volumes of knowledge in a single picture.
I hear the words of one of my art professors echoing in my mind. There is no man-made object in existence that is not related to art. That very much applies to every single field of science out there.
By looking at a map, you can view the world or part of it at a glance. By making a map, you can preserve your knowledge for future use. In this unit, you will discover how other Earth scientists use both words and pictures to communicate important information about our amazing planet.
Chapter 1, Introduction to Earth Science.
The natural world challenges our understanding with questions about why seasons change, rivers flood, and planets spin through space. Unlocking the secrets of the natural world takes Earth scientists to the rainforests of equatorial Africa and to ice caves such as this one in Canada. This chapter describes the origins of Earth science and some of the methods Earth scientists use to learn about the world around us.
That is some interesting wording right there. Why do you think the natural world challenges their understanding with questions about the seasons, floods, and planets?
Because we don't understand it fully yet.
No, we're still learning.
But
I'm just flabbergasted by the stupidity of this guy. It's just, it is more complicated because obviously now we know that Earth's tilted and it's tilted so many degrees.
Right, right.
If there wasn't for the tilt, you would expect summer in the northern hemisphere to be when Earth was closest to the sun. Except then that doesn't work 'cause without a tilt. Obviously, it'd just be summer everywhere. So he just doesn't understand how the basic principles and things work that we understand these things to know. Yes, because of this tilt and how much energy it's spread over and things. Just like, no, moron. I need more wine.
Right.
He doesn't brain.
I need
That's
more
it.
wine. I love it. I need more wine.
Let's listen to the
And then-
rest. Oh, sorry. You were going to say
I was
something.
gonna say, and the
Mom.
thing is, when they talk about flat Earth, they talk about flat Earth being created by God. Well, if God created a flat Earth, why do we have destructive hurricanes, destructive earthquakes, all this destruction and catastrophe, natural stuff? Why would He just not make it with all that stuff?
Yeah. But there we go.
Because someone ate an
And
apple.
things are dependent on the Earth spinning as well, not just a flat Earth. You know? Yeah. Just so many questions. Just so many questions.
He's about to drop a truth bomb on you guys, and none of
Oh,
you are
is
ready
he?
for it.
All right.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
think this is
okay. All right. Let's
Okay.
get that truth bomb.
But wait, Ryder, you might want to go back 5 seconds just for context, and then let it play
Okay.
out.
The world
All right.
challenges their understanding with questions about the seasons, floods, and planets. Do you think this is acknowledgement that real-world observations go against their beliefs?
Perhaps so.
Oh, my God.
if real world observations went against our
Boom.
beliefs, we change our beliefs. It's not even a belief, it's just scientific evidence. If the evidence is there, that changes the outcome. If the evidence isn't there, we have what we have, which is what we have.
A belief a belief doesn't have facts behind it.
Yeah.
Of
you
course
know?
not. It doesn't need.
It's just something. Oh my God.
And we've changed things so many times. The age of the universe has been changed so many times. Every time
As we
learn
learn,
something
right?
new.
As we learn stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. We
Tim Karkak, I need a rubber duck suit to protect me.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, that was good. Oh,
That's perfect.
Colin, I'm sorry your brain hurts, but ours do too. Okay.
Sometimes it feels like we've got a guy on the inside who has done a great job of dropping hints and making things easy for us.
Just seriously.
It's
Yep,
just,
that was the nugget that I was waiting for him to drop.
we have someone on the inside.
We have something inside.
If you had someone on the inside, surely he'd just present evidence to show that
Yes,
the world isn't
exactly.
Does he really think that these people just, get a job, sit on their thumbs, make money, and make up crap?
And not to mention, a lot of these scientists have hundreds of thousands of student loans to pay,
Oh, yes.
tuition and all that. They're going to go spend all that money just till they can lie to people?
Yeah.
All you got to do is be a politician for that. That's easy.
Or a
Run for
flat
office. There you go. Or a lawyer. Sorry to any lawyers out there, but that's just, the jokes.
Yeah. Okay, let's continue.
Who has done a great job of dropping hints and making things easy for
I
us.
pulled a little bit back. Okay.
Putting the astronaut next to the scuba diver was a good example of that.
Oh, for God's sake.
As we read, let's see if we can't find some real-world observations that would challenge what they teach in here. Unit 1.1. What is Earth science?
Since the beginning of human history, people have observed the world around them and wondered about the forces that shape that world. As early humans watched a volcano erupt, felt the earth tremble beneath them, or saw the moon darken during an eclipse, they asked why. To explain these natural phenomena, ancient people forged myths and legends, attributing such events to powerful supernatural forces. Angry goddesses hurled fire from volcanoes. Giants wrestled underground, causing the earth to shake.
Yep.
Not until people began to make careful observations and to search for natural causes to natural phenomena did the scientific study of the earth begin. The ancient Chinese, for example, began keeping written records of earthquakes as early as 780 BC. The ancient Greeks compiled a catalog of rocks and minerals in the 3rd century of BC. Other ancient peoples, such as the Mayas in Central America, kept track of the movements of the sun, the moon, and the planets. They used these observations to create accurate calendars.
Ooh, I've got to highlight that. That is common ground worth celebrating. I'm very glad to see that they acknowledge the Mayans' ability to make accurate astronomical predictions despite their differing worldview.
In which case, pause.
What?
Yeah.
The Mayans also thought that the Earth was square, was on
Yep.
the back of a giant crocodile in a sea of lilies. There was 13 layers to heaven, 9
Right.
layers to hell. The sky was
Right.
held up by giant trees. But more importantly than that, even the Mayans understood that the sun set and went below the fucking horizon. So
Right,
even the
right.
Mayans are beating flat earthers hands down because they understand it's not disappearing into perspective, it's going down. So Mayans, even though they think the world is on the back of a giant crocodile, are more intelligent than flat earthers.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Nothing else to add to that one.
Nope, definitely not.
Nope,
Definitely not. 9 o'clock here is just a random thought. I wonder how many Harvard students got their duck suits for Christmas.
Oh, that would have been hilarious.
That would have been hilarious. Yep.
All right, let's listen to the rest.
In order to make an accurate calendar, you've got to be able to make accurate astronomical predictions.
At first, scientific discoveries were limited to observations made with the unaided eye. Then, in the 17th century, the invention of instruments such as the microscope and the telescope extended human observation to previously hidden worlds. Eventually, people accumulated an organized body of knowledge about the Earth, and the field of Earth science was born. Earth science is the study of the Earth and the universe around it. Earth science, like other modern sciences, is based on the assumption that the causes of natural phenomena can be discovered through careful observation and experimentation.
Just a quick pause. Let me just put this back. If one thing I forgot about to say about the Mayans, here's the thing. Yes, they studied and kept detailed records about the movement of the sun, moon, and stars and planets, but they can do, well, apart from that, they can do more than the flat earthers can do, which is predict things. So
Yes.
they could predict when they would get another sunrise. They could predict when there would be an eclipse. They could predict when the planet X, or no, I'm not going to say planet X, or people will think I'm talking about Nibiru.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. No.
When Mars would be above the horizon. So they could predict all this. Flat earthers can't even come up with a model that actually works for day and night.
Right.
And
Yep.
that's it.
Nope.
Continuing.
Is based on the assumption that the causes of natural phenomena can
Sorry,
be
I
discovered
had
through
to.
careful observation and experimentation.
No problem.
Branches of Earth science.
As the technology for studying the Earth improved, the range of human observation increased dramatically. With the help of special equipment, scientists began to explore the dark ocean depths, the Earth's unknown interior, and the vastness of space. Their discoveries have created an immense body of knowledge about the Earth. Because one person cannot keep up with the developments in all areas of Earth science, most scientists today specialize. Currently, Earth scientists specialize in one of the following 4 major areas of study: the solid Earth, the oceans, the atmosphere, and the universe beyond the Earth. Career focus, a special feature that appears in each unit in this book, offers detailed information about careers in Earth science.
Yeesh. I can't say I'm a fan of the way that
There,
paragraph is
yeesh.
worded.
No, I just got...
What you heard some? Wow. Okay.
Okay, let me just pull that back.
There's detailed information about careers in Earth science.
Yeesh. I can't say I'm a fan of the way that paragraph is worded. It sounds to me like they're trying to discourage those looking for a career away from looking at the big picture. It is as if they were saying, just focus on the small stuff and let...
Moron is the word...
Wait, let him finish that sentence. Let him finish
Okay,
that
okay,
sentence because it's
okay.
so monumentally stupid.
All right.
us tell you what the big picture is.
What do you think the big
Sorry.
Just focus on the small stuff and let us tell you what the big picture is.
What do you think the big picture is that they are trying to get everyone to believe?
Ooh, look, the legend of Eratosthenes.
What do you mean, legend?
right.
So keep in mind all these different branches of science, like physics and then electromagnetism or geology. This day and age is so complicated and so diverse that you really have to focus on one subject if you're going to become an expert in it.
Yeah.
And he is somehow interpreting that as they're trying to basically compartmentalize this, so that like, oh, you only know a piece of the information, and I'll fill in the blanks to keep the lie going.
Yeah.
Could we use that same argument for doctors? Because doctors specialize because there's a shit
Yeah,
load of
they
them.
do, don't they?
Yeah.
Probably just as there's even more to learn about Earth.
Don't
I mean,
forget.
yes.
Don't forget that flat earthers are also anti-vaxxers and
True.
anti-maskers. They're anti almost everything science, if not everything, except what suits them.
Right.
So they're anti-NASA except for 6 documents. Then then the lying NASA, the whole institution that takes a couple of $1 million from the government every year, just to lie to you. You know, you as in the whole world. I don't know how they make that now. NASA being, the center of the whole world, despite of it. All the other space agencies.
Yeah, like NASA's been around for thousands of years. Is how they kind of see it.
Exactly. So it lies, except in 6 documents. So that must have been made. So those 6 documents must be from that special insider they have or something.
It lies until it says something that I can use to support my argument. Then it's telling the truth. Basically.
Or something I can misinterpret.
Something like that.
Or cherry pick. Yeah, exactly.
They cherry pick. Exactly.
All right, let's listen to the rest.
Legend? Why are you calling the story of Eratosthenes a legend?
Let me show you. According to dictionary.com, a legend is a non-historical or unverifiable story handed down by tradition from earlier times and is popularly accepted as historical.
So how the heck does that make
the Bible?
Yeah.
So the Bible, basically, and everybody in the Bible are legends. By that definition.
Yep.
Yeah. The Bible, something that wasn't written down when it was all talked about and things. Eratosthenes, in charge of one of the biggest libraries on Earth, and probably had someone write down his life story. I mean, you can't really weigh the two up there, can you?
No, you can't.
Don't forget the cope up. The cope. How do you say it? The coping mechanism. Were you there?
Okay.
Well, he's trying to say that since this book is saying that Eratosthenes is the legend of Eratosthenes, that it's somehow fictional because they use the word legend. Well, you know who else is a legend? Muhammad Ali.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn straight.
An even better reference. You know what else is a legend? Troy. Do you know what else got found? Troy.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, there's places in the Bible that exist and historically for that purpose. But as far as the people in it, we don't know whether they were actual people or not.
Or
unless they have stories written down at the time of them,
they could be real. They could be. That doesn't mean that the stories they were in, although the stories that were written about them, were 100% accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Because people like to embellish.
True. I call it like that. Ever play that game Telephone? Where you have people in a circle, a whole bunch, and by the time you get to the end of the line, the story has changed so drastically.
Yeah,
Chinese witness.
So even if you have like verbal tradition handed down through generations, stories will get embellished on through time
and changed.
So we don't know how it originally was.
Because our brains tend to fabricate their own facts sometimes. And that's why we write things down so we don't forget them or change them because they are written down.
Exactly.
Anyway, let's continue.
You'll notice that there are no references as to where this story came from. Seemingly, it is a story that has been repeated and handed down for generations without an original source document.
Eratosthenes is the original source. Seriously.
I know.
And let's for a moment pretend there was a source. He would just dismiss it.
Yeah, they would.
Because he wasn't there. Were you there?
I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember. I think Archimedes probably did some writing about Eratosthenes. Eratosthenes also probably did some writings about people who came before him, like Aristotle and Plato, Socrates, Pythagoras. Right. So he is a source. He in himself is a source for the stuff.
Yep. And I'm betting Kyle would be the guy who would go out looking for Atlantis if he could. Although, Atlantis is just a Plato story.
Right, yeah.
There is.
That's true, huh?
They have found a city in some mud flats in Spain, which, when examined, it seems to make up the concentric sort of rings that Plato was talking about. And they think that could be part of the basis for the story because it's past the Pillar of Hercules and things. So that's quite cool.
You mean that is it in Africa?
No, it's actually in Spain itself.
In Spain?
Yeah. So on the coast of Spain, but past Gibraltar, so on the coast there. And it's on like a muddy flooded area.
Oh, don't say mud flood. Please don't say mud flood.
I purposely didn't. That's why I said a muddy, floody area.
Muddy flooded.
Marsh, sort of, but an area affected by tides that does flood. But yeah, so that seems to be it's the right sort of size and things like that. I haven't seen any new stuff on it, so they might decide it's not old enough. But
I saw something in Africa that actually looked like concentric circles, that once were flooded that could actually fit perfectly. That I'll search for it and I'll show you the next time. Let's just continue with Kyle.
But all legend has basis in fact, so. Yeah, I mean, it could be either one, you know?
Exactly.
There's usually something there, isn't there?
Yeah.
Someone's saying biggest for a reason. Kristen Laserbeat. Oh, I know what she's on about. The Monty Python sketch.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to say anything.
We're not going to say anything more because we're going to go off on a Monty Python quote mine. We're going to... No. Okay. Anyway.
I like with that being so...
Wait, why is he bringing up Zelda? Sorry, I just pulled back.
It's a legend for generations without an original source document. With that being so, the authors of the book may as well be quoting from the Legend of Zelda in their effort to convince you of their claim that the Earth is a globe.
Okay.
Yeah, he went there.
Yep.
He went there.
Wow.
I'm speechless. Okay.
Though no one claims the legend of Zelda
that is what the we in philosophy call the "Are you high" fallacy.
I like that fallacy. Okay.
Are you high fallacy?
What drugs are you on, and how many did you consume?
Please, can I have some?
Were you born this stupid, or did you take a course for it?
Oh my god! Wow.
Anyway,
claim that the Earth is a globe.
Okay. Though no one claims the Legend of Zelda is historical by any means, I can see your point. More than 22 centuries ago, a Greek mathematician named Eratosthenes used careful observation and simple geometry to determine the circumference of, or distance around the Earth. Eratosthenes read of a well in Syene, Egypt, modern-day Aswan, Egypt, where the sun's rays reach the bottom once each year, at noon on June 21st. Furthermore, the sun cast no shadows in Syene at that time. Eratosthenes thought these facts meant that the sun was directly overhead at Syene on June 21st. Eratosthenes knew that the sun did cast shadows in Alexandria, a city to the north of Syene, on June 21st, indicating that the sun's rays were striking that city at an angle. Eratosthenes determined that the angle of the sun's rays in Alexandria at noon on June 21st was 7.2 degrees. He thought that meant that the distance between the two cities was also 7.2 degrees, or 1/50th of the 360-degree circumference of the Earth. Eratosthenes knew that the distance between Syene and Alexandria was about 5,000 stadia, or 925 kilometers. By multiplying the known distance between Alexandria and Syene by 50, Eratosthenes calculated the polar circumference of the Earth to be 250,000 stadia, or 46,250 kilometers.
Did you notice how the authors never mentioned where the story came from?
They mentioned all the time. She just read
Syene,
it. No,
just saying.
Eratosthenes.
Oh, okay.
Eratosthenes.
Yeah.
Eratosthenes.
Yeah, but what's worse, even if it didn't mention Eratosthenes and it's just some Greek scientist did this, it doesn't change the fact that this you can go and do today if you really wanted.
Yeah.
You can go to a La Haya noon when you know noon on the equator is going to be 0 and the shadow is going to be 0, and then measure it to the sun yourself. And if you can get a few friends, if you have friends, you can go and check and get the angle as well and get a more accurate angle.
They could do something.
Yeah, and it's been done.
They could do something.
So many times.
They've been preaching for years. Do your own research. Just do it.
Yes.
The experiment is there. The parameters are there. It just needs to know. Oh, actually, it says the 21st of June, the sun rays are striking straight in a straight angle to the bottom of a well, I think it is. Just do it. Just go there. Take a trip.
But the thing is, they haven't got that much money left after raising that £20,000 to prove that the Earth spun.
Oh. Yeah, you mean for that gyro that was ruined?
Yeah.
This just bolsters my belief that flat earthers clearly know how to read, but they have no idea whatsoever how to interpret what they're reading.
Of course
No,
not.
it's like they've learned a foreign language and they just
Yeah.
know the sounds that the words make. They don't understand the actual meaning behind the words.
Exactly. Exactly right.
Someone's saying, "Just do it." Yes, you can.
Just do it. Yes, you can.
Do it!
Yes, gonna say Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, and of course we missed the obvious one. Kristen Frost Laserbeam. Thanks, Bob.
Thanks, Bob. Yeah, thanks, Bob.
It's an egg.
Yeah.
It's an egg.
And
Oh.
weren't they scheduling some sort of cruise or plane trip down to Antarctica or some sort of sightseeing thing?
To find
Flat
the
Earth,
edge.
somebody in the Flat Earth community or something, and they canceled that or something.
Of course.
No,
Right
Greater
now.
Sapien tried to set that up, and then the people that he was going through turned out it was a scam.
Yeah, that I knew that. This was more recent. People were trying to get like, I don't know. There's supposed to be like a Flat Earth like
I
site,
saw something about that.
cruise or something.
I think-
Something.
yeah,
No,
I
I
remember
heard
now.
about that.
a flat Earth cruise. Yes, I think it was, but I think COVID got in the way or something like that.
Yeah.
No, I reckon they've already actually had it, but what they've done this time is they've sat there and gone through the evidence, gone, shite. You know what? All this proves that the Earth's a globe. There were no attack killer penguins riding polar
Nah,
bears. We
barman,
didn't get anyone
no,
to-
they're still out at sea.
They're still out at sea. They're lost.
Yeah, using
They're
the
lost.
Flat
Earth
They're
map,
using the
aren't they?
Flat Earth map. They can't put their way back.
But Australia was supposed to be 50,000 miles from here. Why have
And-
we bumped into
and
this
they-
other
they-
land?
They didn't bring a GPS because they don't believe in satellites.
That's right. That's right. And they didn't bring sextants either because those are,
Apparently don't work in the southern hemisphere.
Yeah, you're right.
Or
Why
maybe
can't
they,
you see
or maybe
the
they,
stars?
or maybe they used a north hemisphere compass on the south hemisphere, which doesn't work either, of course. Oh, sorry, I've got a super chat. JL Warren, don't forget the Earth has no interior, and Fenrir chewed on the
Yeah.
moon.
Why you are an idiot.
Well, you're an idiot. Exactly.
Yeah. Fenrir is the is that
I think that's Nordic.
it's Viking, isn't it? It's Viking mythology.
Yeah, it's a wolf, right? Or is it?
It's a big dog. It's a
Yeah, big dog, that's right,
Big,
big dog,
big dog. Jill Warren, thank you for a super chat. All right, let's continue.
And how they never acknowledged the story as a legend.
Loki's child.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. You were saying something?
Fenrir is Loki's child. Peter
Oh,
G
yes.
says.
Apparently.
Okay.
And it's dog.
Giant wolf,
right?
son of Loki. Gotcha. Okay. Perfect. Okay.
Did you
We
notice
got
how
it.
the
All right,
authors
continue.
never mentioned where the story came from? And how they never acknowledged the story as a legend?
Yeah.
Why do you think the authors felt the need to pass this legend down rather than point to a modern person who decided to perform this experiment?
What? Because this was the first time it was someone actually did the math and found out the Earth was round. Although they already suspected or they already knew it was round. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say round because round you can have a plate and a flat plate. And it's still round. It's
yeah.
still round.
Spherical.
It's a spherical or oblate
Because
spheroid.
they had to have observed ships going over the horizon.
Yeah, there were ships.
So
back
that
then.
kind of gave a clue, like, yeah. So,
No, they already knew that. It was just,
Well, yeah.
using math to prove it and see how big it was. And that was about it. Why would you point to, if you're talking about, an historical event, you talk about the first time something was done.
right.
Why would they bring
Yeah.
up, because this is part of science. History is part of science as well. So why would they say, Professor Schmidt from Germany did this experiment and it worked? But
Right.
then they would have to say, but this experiment was based on Eratosthenes, who it was born in Greece and blah blah blah. So they would have to say it anyway, because
Right.
it was not his. It's just baffling. It baffles the mind how this mind works.
Agreed.
Continuing.
That's a really good question.
All right, here's a mouthful. let me tell you about argumentum ad antiquitatem, also known as the appeal to antiquity fallacy. The authors here are using a form of persuasion called an appeal to antiquity. Here the authors are trying to get more persuasive power by implying that you should believe the Earth is a globe because that belief is really old.
That's what flat earthers say. The ancients knew the Earth was flat.
Look!
Well-
here's these maps from Hindus and different ancient civilizations that show the flat Earth.
Well, here's the problem. He just used a straw man fallacy because that wasn't what the book was saying.
Exactly.
No, it wasn't. That was his interpretation.
Once again, the improper usage of a fallacy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but at the same time, by using that fallacy against the book, he's actually revealing what they do all the time, which is the same thing. It's a fallacy. Because they are all...
that is special pleading.
Yes.
And like Peter G said, and we've said before, people like a lot of flat earthers use the Bible verses in the Bible
Yeah.
to back up their arguments.
But like always, they cherry pick.
Yes.
But just because a belief is old does not mean it is right. That is why it breaks the rules of logical thinking and is considered a fallacy. And if you think the age proves it right, please keep in mind the belief that the Earth is not a globe far outdates the belief that it is one.
And your point?
What?
And your point?
Yeah.
Cool story, bro.
The belief that there are lots of gods and that we live on the back of freaking animals is a older belief than there is a god for the Jewish people. So
Yeah,
that doesn't really work for you, does it? You think there was a flood 4,500 years ago. The only problem is 4,500 years ago, there was a load of pyramids built that don't really show much water damage either.
Nope.
What they don't tell you is, yes, that when Noah's flood happened, there was a flood, but it wasn't a worldwide global flood. It was a regional flood. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because they didn't know the world at that time. They only knew where they lived.
Exactly. And for that was the world. And
that was the world to them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Okay. Anyway.
Mind numbing, isn't it?
Yes, very.
All right, now here's something else I want you to consider. Based on what we can see here, Eratosthenes began his experiment making two assumptions. First, he assumed he lived on a spherical Earth. Please note how we don't see any observation mentioned that would cause him to make that assumption.
Well,
No.
What?
Okay, no, I can give him that, but then
Okay.
his experiment proved what the assumption was. Let's not call it assumption. Let's call it hypothesis, because that's what it is.
Okay.
It was hypothesizing that the Earth was round, and he went and proved it. So what's his point?
Please note how we don't see any observation mentioned that would cause him to make that assumption. Did Eratosthenes have any photos of the Earth from space?
Except
my
for the
God.
observation that they just read.
Right.
Did
Oh,
Eratosthenes have any fucking photos? No, we didn't have any photos, but luckily we do today, which you just say are fake. But to go back to Eratosthenes and the Earth being round, he wasn't trying to prove it was round, though. He was just trying to get an estimate of the size.
Yeah, exactly. Because
The
So
theory
you-
of Earth being round for Greeks
Yeah.
goes back further than him.
yeah, but they knew it. But his experiment, in a way, proved it anyway, because that was the angle of the sun rays. So sorry, the size of the shadow.
The shadows.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
Even if there was any doubt in his mind, that would prove it. Although that was not the origin, the purpose of the experiment, he proved it.
Yeah.
He was a very clever bloke.
Yes, he was.
Someone's pointing that he did not prove the world was spherical. 2 points wouldn't show that. Yeah, you might be right about that. I can be wrong. Look, this is not scripted, so assumptions are made. But yeah, it shows how big it was. It gives
Right.
you a circumference. So
And for Cal to say that Eratosthenes went out to prove or assume the globe Earth, he was trying to get a measurement.
yeah. So
it wasn't to show, oh, look, I proved the globe Earth.
Yeah,
without wearing a duck suit,
in that way, Robert is right. Is right. He did not prove it was spherical. He did not did it to prove. You're right. You're right about that. So my bad.
But that's how they act like he was doing it to prove globe Earth with measurements. That's not what it was about.
Yeah.
To persuade him into believing the Earth is a globe?
No. Although there are quite a few ancient alien theories out there.
Yeah, but I really recommend watching Ancient Aliens Debunked before you start watching Ancient Aliens.
I don't recommend watching Ancient Aliens at all.
I do. Because that guy with the hair, I mean, that hair is awesome. And for anyone
we're not
watching my
saying
video,
we're not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens.
No, look.
I didn't hear the question, but the answer was aliens.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. But it's always aliens. I've seen a couple of episodes, and it's entertaining if you want to have fun, but you can't take them serious because it's always aliens. No. And if you watch enough episodes, they'll end up contradicting themselves. And I'm talking about the same guy. I can't remember his name. You know, the guy with the hair.
Yeah, crazy hair guy.
Giorgio Tsoukalos.
Thank you. Bless you, my son.
Gesundheit.
So yeah, he ends up contradicting himself depending on which episode you're looking at. So yeah, if you're looking at for the entertainment value and have fun and have a laugh with friends at how silly things are, it's good for a laugh, but nothing more than that. But if you look at the premise of the whole thing, rarely they actually say it's aliens. Is it possible? Is the word they say most of the times. Could it be true? So they always have a way of going. I don't know, running away from it. Like, I was just asking questions. Is it possible? Yes, it is. It is possible. Yes, it's possible. There's a probability of being real, but it could also be a lamplight.
Can I say Tesla Ranger has it?
Go on.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Barman.
No,
go ahead. You were talking.
All right. I was just going to say, it's just possible that someone drank some really bad wine.
I was saying Tesla Ranger has it right. Ancient Aliens proves the Centauri Republic exists.
They prove they claim about Hitler having a time traveling machine. This is from the episodes I actually watched. So
okay. What he's talking about is the guy's hair. Centauri Republic.
Oh yeah,
Babylon 5.
Babylon 5. Yeah.
The characters in Babylon 5 with the hair that they had like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry, my mind didn't went there. I just. Oh God!
Now he knows about Babylon 5, right? But yeah.
Yeah.
Ugly's like, I don't think Ryder knows. Doesn't know about Babylon 5.
Oh my God! Can anyone read what Ugly German Truths just wrote?
Yes, I did. I didn't know if I should read it out loud.
Don't read it out loud. Just read it.
I see it.
Now,
Yes.
The thing is, though, I could let Rider of Dinosaurs off from that because someone else in the chat didn't know who Ming the Merciless was.
Oh, that's
earlier
true.
on, so.
That's true. I know.
Well,
So
we have Swing who didn't know who Ming the Merciless was.
Mum's the word. Mum's the word.
So
I wasn't going to say Rider. You let it out.
Yeah, damn it, Ryder.
That's
Sarcastic was being gracious.
I'm not. You know that. You know me. You should know me by now.
I would like to retract my earlier statement of buy Ryder's merch.
Well, so much for your spot on his videos now.
That's all right. I was looking at the hoodies with the cartoon dinosaur on. I've sent one to my wife as a picture because I think she'll like that and say, "Oh yeah, I need one of those in my life," because they are funny as hell.
All right, let's continue listening to this professor.
Oh, perhaps it was the observation of boats appearing to sink on the horizon.
Appearing to sink? No.
Appearing to sink.
Well,
I don't think they're sinking. They're going over the horizon.
Exactly.
No?
Well, although according to their philosophy or their belief, that boat would be sinking. Definitely.
True. You're right. Yeah.
One of the things you can see yourself with a pair of binoculars is if you actually go out to a lake and there are boats on that lake, the farther away a boat is, the more the bottom of the boat will disappear, and you'll basically just see the mast of the boat. And as a boat goes farther and farther away, the last thing you will see is the very top of the mast of that boat. And that's because the boat is actually going over the horizon that's curved. And that means that as it goes farther and farther away, you see less and less of the bottom of it and more of the top of that. You can see that with binoculars.
But if the telescope wasn't invented in...
Right, before he starts talking, what's to bet he's going to say something stupid like, you can't see it because it's getting further away and the bottom's shrinking because it's closer to the
compression. That's our new one, the compression.
The density of the Earth is different there. Oh, wait, so you're saying the air pressure is different because of things like that? So you can have different air pressure without saying, no, I didn't mean that. I just mean, shut up, you're stupid, leave me alone.
It's optic compression. Your eyes can't make it out.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll just rewind a little bit. Yeah, sorry. Swing, you were going to say?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay.
Less and less of the bottom of it and more of the top of that. You can see that with binoculars.
But if the telescope wasn't invented until 1608 by Hans Lippershey, where did Eratosthenes get a telescope to make such an observation?
Very good.
What?
What? Eratosthenes didn't make that observation.
He didn't make it. Exactly.
Where he's getting... I know. It's the cake. It has to be the cake. He's eating that cake, and there's something really bad in that cake.
Sugar's gone to his brain. He's drunk.
Chad, I have a question. Has anybody been keeping track of the amount of fallacies that this idiot has produced so far?
Tell me,
because I forgot to write it down.
I know.
Either he's eating a bad cake or he's eating one of the Netherlands cakes. You know, the special cakes from the shops. You know what I'm talking about, right? The red light district?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yes. Okay. We can. Or he's having a rum cake or something. Who knows?
No, the rum cake doesn't do that. It destroys brain cells. It doesn't evaporate them.
Yeah, that's true. We got to have brain cells to evaporate first.
Where did he get that Aristoteles was using a telescope to watch boats?
Oh, because someone 2,500 years later mentioned it.
Oh my God.
He's saying it like he was there, guys.
No, he's creating a link where none exist. I think I got it. I think he's saying that Eratosthenes knew the Earth was spherical because, and this is his assumption. I think this is his assumption that because he saw ships going over the horizon with a telescope, but the telescope wasn't invented a couple years or centuries later, so how could he be using a telescope and blah, blah, blah. But no one says Eratosthenes saw a boat going over the horizon with a telescope. You can actually see boats. I don't need a telescope to see boats going over the horizon.
He's assuming. Like he claimed Eratosthenes was assuming.
And I know because the way JM says it, I always find a way of getting JM into the conversation. Like he said,
it's gonna happen.
Like he said on the live stream, it's assumed to be truth.
Right.
Because that's the meaning of the word assume. He actually said it on the live stream. Do you know what assume means?
Yep.
It's assumed to be true.
Ryder, if it's any consolation, you went almost 100 minutes on a stream without mentioning JM.
Bravo.
Thank you.
We knew it was going to happen eventually. His name was like bravo.
Well, actually, GloberMom, I was disappointed because you brought up 10 to the negative 17 earlier.
I know.
Like,
no, I bit my tongue on that one. I didn't want to say it.
We all know it's a positive number, right?
Yeah. All right, let's listen to the rest of this. What can I call it? Mental diarrhea? Yeah, it could be that.
That's a nice name for it. That'll work.
Wait, by Hans Lippershey, where did Eratosthenes get a telescope to make such an observation?
He didn't.
Very good point.
Now, Eratosthenes' second assumption here was that all the light from the sun was parallel. And again, we don't see any observation that he might have made to base that assumption on.
Yeah, I never heard the legend ever.
What? The shadow in the well?
No. He's what he's saying is that Aristophanes assumed, without proof, that the rays from the sun are parallel, and he has no evidence of that. So I don't know if you wanted to see parallel rays, physical rays, so you could actually go and measure that the rays were parallel. I don't know. Honestly, it's a good question though. How did he know?
Okay.
It's not. That's not a bad question. At the end, I don't know it myself. Maybe if I look it up and how it was found out that the rays are parallel,
Or when it was, when they found that out, yeah.
Yeah, that would be a good one. So I don't give him too bad on this one.
Okay.
I'm actually willing to concede on this one because I don't know it myself.
Yeah.
Unless you,
Okay.
unless any of you knows or anyone on the chat knows. No?
I thought part of his assumption was because the sun rays were perpendicular in the ground in one location, but not perpendicular on the ground in another location.
Right.
So they had to be coming in parallel to get that diversion right.
Especially when you looked down the well and saw the sun directly. You know what I mean?
Part of the measurement
reflection of the sun.
needs to be that the rays have to come in regular. So,
Well, not only that, but they can cry all day long that he was assuming that the rays were coming in parallel, but there's also no reason to assume that they weren't coming in parallel.
Yeah, at the same time. Yes, you're right. And he can use the more up-to-date sources to find out that they are parallel.
Yeah.
So like he was complaining this is a very, very old story, so he can use an up-to-date source or a contemporary source to find out walk past the fence. Okay. So I'm sorry, just reading what Robert Williams said. It said, walk past the fence. Yeah. But again, might not be an accurate way of measuring the rays being parallel.
just having a look, the proof for the rays being parallel is to do with the first quarter moons. They always tend to rise at noon, which is the highest point at sunset on the azimuth direction south, and sets at midnight. But that forms a triangle out of the observer and the sun and the moon. The only angle the observer can measure directly is, of course, the angle between the sun and the moon. The observer forms a vertex. The sun is the direction of the horizon, and the first quarter moon is near its zenith. Hence, mass formula, which I'm not going to try and translate into English because I'll feck it up. But yeah, it's basically the shadows on the moon help give us the information that we need to say that sunlight is parallel. I'll let someone probably far more intelligent than me read through that. I'll pop it into normal chat. But there we go. Someone can find it if it's wrong or what. It's a good looking answer.
It is. And it is also a very good question. Regardless of every stupid thing he's said so far, it's not a bad question, this one. But, amidst all the dirt, you can always find a little nugget of gold here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's definitely one I'm going to read up more, because if we can use the moon to prove parallel sun rays quite easily, which is not one I've really looked at before, that would be quite nice. I mean, you're going to get flat earthers going, yeah, but how do you know the moon's not making its own light and moonlight's cold because I have no brain cells? So naff off.
No, no. Wait, there's an easy way of going about that one. If the moon, show me any light source that's casting shadow on its own surface, then I believe that the moon is casting its own light.
What about those that say the moon's a reflection of the Earth off the dome?
Oh my God! But that.
Well, once they figure out a way to substantiate that, I'll listen.
Yeah, the shadows on the
tried
moon.
To say that.
The shadows on the moon are just caused from God's bogies because he couldn't reach the tissue in time.
It's all a hologram, or is it a projector? I don't know, but it's a hologram.
No, it's made of glass, dug up by the giants.
So much derp out there.
All right, let's continue to listen to this one.
Continue.
But, okay, I give him that. It's not a bad question at the end of the day.
No, it's not.
ever mention any kind of those details. Let's keep reading. With the aid of modern technology and sophisticated instruments, scientists now calculate the Earth's circumference to be about 40,000 kilometers. This value, which is considered accurate, differs from Eratosthenes' calculation of 46,250 kilometers by only 6,250 kilometers.
That is worth highlighting. Here, when they say scientists calculate, they are making a scientists say argument. It leads a person to ask, what scientists? Where?
Oh my God! Again, there we go.
Wait. What did he say?
Scientists say argument? What the hell?
So what he's arguing is that with the aid of modern technology and sophisticated instruments, scientists now calculate that the Earth's circumference is about 40,000 miles. And he's saying, which scientists? Who are they? What are their names?
Mm-hmm.
So he wants to know who is saying that.
He's also glossing over a very big point with Eratosthenes that we're not 100% sure how big a stadia is.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't have an exact measurement for that, even though it says, he knew that Alexandria was 5,000 stadia away from Sinai. We're not actually 100% sure on their measurements list. And his estimate of Earth's circumference was anywhere between 0.5% and 17% off, depending on the length of a stadia. So if his stadia was really good and we think, that's the measurement, he could be as few as 400 kilometers off.
Yeah.
No, not even 400, 200 kilometers off.
Wow.
Which is naff all.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, he could be as far off. 17% of 40,000, that's like 4,000 kilometers off.
Even if he was off by 6,000 kilometers, that's a really it's really, really good with two sticks 900 kilometers away from each other and a shadow.
That's very good, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
without a calculator as well, shall we point out? With having to do the calculations either on a piece of paper in the sand with an abacus.
Yeah.
Was abacuses around back then? When were abacuses invented?
They should have been. Yeah. They should have been at the time.
God knows. Anyone in
he just pulled out his iPhone.
I want pictures. Did you not upload them to the cloud?
Let's see.
Oh my God! I hate having two languages.
Google now.
I'm doing the same.
I'm quite worried. Someone in chat mentioned lemon bird. Ugly German truce. Why are you mentioning lemon bird?
No lemon bird. No.
Oh, it's the biggest dickus. Biggest doggus. I shouldn't start with the biggest. Then we'll just be
swear
complaining about.
And his wife Incontinentia.
Incontinentia.
Was his wife Incontinentia or something?
300
BC. I'm seeing in Mesopotamia.
Okay.
The abacus was invented.
The wife was Incontinentia.
Incontinentia buttocks.
Yeah. Yes.
So, was it before Eratosthenes or not? The abacus.
Did you say 300 BC?
300 BC.
Just before Eratosthenes, then, because wasn't he 220 to 160 or something like that? Someone in chat should know. I can't actually remember when.
Let's Google it. Google it.
He was 270 to 194. Well, he was actually 276, born in Libya, and died in 194 in Alexandria, and possibly committed suicide because he went blind. And being in charge of a museum and going blind is probably not a good plan.
No.
So he was.
So abacus were around when he was alive.
Yeah, they were.
Yep.
All right. Let's get this ball rolling. All right.
Sorry, S2000 GT. A stadia is 1 Wembley in length. That was good. Thank you.
One Wembley.
I don't see any references to any scientists anywhere mentioned here. Tell me, is it a good thing to trust an article that vaguely says scientists say?
Told you so. So he wants names.
Does scientists say?
Yeah. The Bible.
I love the fact the next scene that's coming onto screen is a tape measure, and I am really waiting for him to say, "Do they tape measure all the way to the moon, or all the way to Venus, so then they can calculate the distance to the sun?"
Oh my God!
I think that counts as a pound.
It's funny again. It's funny again because then we opened the Bible, and who wrote the Bible?
Right.
God.
God, no.
Yeah.
It was inspired by God. Man wrote it.
Mm-hmm.
Who did it?
Uh-huh.
There we go.
How many revisions?
Oh, God knows.
I don't think he does. I don't think he can
Only
count
God
that high.
knows.
So, wait. Where's the sound? Come on. Aw. Streamlabs.
It didn't do that before when he donated a pound.
Oh, no.
It did. It did the sound.
Super chat.
There we
didn't
go.
hear it.
There we go.
There it goes.
I didn't hear that before.
Ugly German Truth says David Marketing wrote that drivel.
All right, let's see what we're gonna get with this tape measure.
Yeah, history is full of deceptive commercial advertising. It reminds me of many of the diet fads out there. Some of those have been really dangerous.
If anyone hasn't seen the documentary Forks Over Knives, it is a great one to watch about the history of the vague phrase "scientists say" and how.
Pause. Can we go back to him? What did she say is dangerous? Apart from stupidity?
I think I need to slow down a little bit because she was a bit quicker on that
back
one.
to
Yeah.
1.25. I mean, yeah.
says "scientists say."
Yeah, history is full of deceptive commercial advertising. It reminds me of many of the diet fads out there. Some of those have been really dangerous.
History.
Pause.
So she's pulling up a false dichotomy.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, you can't compare diet fads to history and things like that. And what's more important, those people who are saying this diet is good for you, there'll be a little caveat bloody line that says this diet is good for you when followed along with this regime of exercise.
Yeah, and a
this
doctor, and
monitoring,
a doctor's care.
And a doctor's care. But a proper full understanding of it and a proper way to do it. Just following it blindly, like a lot of these people do, is stupid and will make you ill. Hence why I stay fat. It's much easier.
And my opinion on why it says scientists say it's because it's peer reviewed. That's my vision. That's my opinion, at least, because everyone looked into it, or the majority looked into it, and the ones that were not idiots actually understood what it is.
I can't actually think of any diet that will be scientists say you can lose weight by doing this.
No,
it'll be a doctor says, and 9 times out of 10 it'll be a homeopathic one.
Oh yes,
But not to mention, this was a book for children.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So they don't need to go into
Yes.
great detail. Just simply saying scientists said this is good enough for now. When they get to their teens, then we can go into more detail.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Just like maths, they teach it 1 + 1 = 2. They don't teach the formulas and the quadratic equations.
Yeah, they don't teach you algebra in kindergarten, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Exactly.
They'll teach you
If
what
anyone
next.
hasn't seen the documentary Forks Over Knives, it is a great one to watch about the history of the vague phrase "scientists say."
Anyone knows anything about this?
I've
vague
never even
phrase?
heard of it.
Welcome
I've
to the
never
wonderful
either.
world of red herrings.
Yes.
Yeah. Because it all depends what scientists say. Because and also where the quote has come from. Is the quote in a textbook, like a proper textbook designed for children, thing? Scientists say the Earth is round and the moon goes round it. That'd be fine and understandable. Scientists say that dinosaurs left on a spaceship before the asteroid came. Would need some more sort of proof, even from a basic understanding. You wouldn't take that fact as known. But that's not to say that we believe all facts blindly. We like evidence behind it. We can understand the Earth and the Moon being in an orbit and things like that because we learn basic orbiting sort of understanding in school.
Here's the
Dinosaurs
thing.
leaving on a spaceship, though not completely unbelievable, because 65 million years worth of dinosaurs being dead, anything could have happened before they were dead. You can't be too sure. Something could have evolved. But you'd expect something to be left behind, so you'd expect some evidence.
And
Right.
and quoting ancient aliens, maybe it was aliens.
Yeah, maybe it was aliens. Maybe aliens abducted them. There's a great episode in Star Trek where they meet dinosaurs, and it's a nice little alternative history response to go down. But it doesn't mean people are going to believe it because you need something to be able to back it up. You need some sort of evidence.
And
now, luckily, with the heliocentric model and the globe Earth, we have that evidence.
And there's one more thing.
It's the evidence they don't want to see.
And there's one more thing. Unlike Kyle, we read from multiple sources, and they all agree with each other. So, it kind of builds up confidence on that.
Tesla Rangers got the sort of quick bit in the chat. Forks Over Knives from 2011 examines the profound claim that most, if not all, of the degenerative diseases that afflict us can be controlled or even reversed by rejecting our present menu of animal-based and processed foods. I just want to say that if we hadn't started cooking animals, we wouldn't have the brains we have now because of evolution and the proteins and things like that and the growth of our brains. So that whole premise can just piss off.
It's like that woman, the vegan teacher or whatever. She's really, really, really nasty, and she's advocating veganism. Look, if you want to be vegan, be vegan. Don't force it on to others. That's it.
No. And may I bring up with Kyle? He is Mormon. Whenever in the wards, whenever a new bishop leaves, they institute another bishop, things change within that. Same with the president in the church, things change. So it's the same with the scientists. It's like he'll accept that, but he won't accept science changing as it adapts to new knowledge and information gained.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
But he doesn't question he won't question the other things.
No. Just as a very quick one, since we're talking about forks over knives. Ugly German Truth said there's no known Parkinson's cure based on eating vegetables. I did, though, read a really good scientific paper the other day, an actual paper, peer-reviewed and everything, about Alzheimer's being a slightly altered form of diabetes that's affecting the brain. So that was really interesting, that there is some stuff in diets and how it affects us, but just abandoning meat is stupid.
I've seen
bacon for the womb.
What was the drug? I can't remember which drug it was. It could control the shakings of the Parkinson really, really well.
Oh,
almost. It would just drop it down percentage wise.
CBD.
But yeah,
it could have been. Yeah.
about.
No, I wasn't even trying to be funny.
So much understanding of CBD oils and things like that because of stupid combinations and hemp plants for paper and things like that.
L-Dopa.
There are. Go on. Sorry, Dan. Go on.
Now, Robert Williams is saying it's L-Dopa.
Yeah.
Do you
the thing is,
recognize-
there's different kinds of Parkinson's. It's not just the kind where you shake either.
Yeah. No, I'm
But I get what
talking
you're saying.
specifically if someone like me who hasn't been in contact with anyone with Parkinson's, the only one that comes to mind is the one,
Okay.
that shakes. If there are more, I'm just learning it. So I was 2 days old when I learned there were more types of Parkinson. But
because my father had the kind that he didn't shake, but he had the kind that deteriorated the brain to the point where he couldn't do anything when at the end. It took all of his physical capabilities. Yeah.
Damn.
I wish he would have had the shaking kind. He'd still be around, but unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know you're talking about. I know Michael J. Fox has had Parkinson's for how long now?
years.
30
yeah.
years
Quite a
at
while.
least.
Hell, long time.
Quite a
20 plus years, 30 years, somewhere in there. So yeah.
And still does acting bits.
Yeah.
Well, has done in the last 10 years at least, because I remember him being in The Good Wife and he was really good in that.
Yeah.
We've got someone in chat. Purple Rhymes with Orange says uses. Oh God, the chat is just moving too fast for me now. I'm prescribed gabapentin to suppress my tics for my Tourette syndrome. Yeah,
Okay.
we've discovered that certain types of drugs, especially with these kind of illnesses, and I respect all these people. It's not anything they can control. but it can be controlled with some type of drugs, and some of these, unfortunately, are still illegal. That should be used for medicine purposes at least. And it's just all right. Sorry. Let's get on with this.
Just a little bit, but yeah, we get it. It's some of the dopamine in your brain, so yeah, that's why probably what they have in there, medication. But okay, so
already learned a couple of things today, which is always nice.
And how it is commonly used in deceptive advertising. Please also keep the genetic fallacy in mind. We talk about this.
God damn it, that again.
Yeah.
Did you notice he's just trying to point out...
Let me try.
Yeah, projection. He's trying to point out other people's fallacies while ignoring his own. And not even getting the pointing out of the fallacies correct. I'm on my second bottle of wine and I could do a better goddamn job.
So I've just Googled it. As you can see, it says the genetic fallacy, also known as the fallacy of origins or fallacy of virtue, is a fallacy of irrelevance that is based solely on someone's or something's history, origin, or source rather than the current meaning or context. So I see in a way what he tries to do, but he's still, I think he's still getting the wrong fallacy.
I would think so, because I would always call genetic fallacy for you can't trust that person because use this ugly German truth in there, so he'll make the joke with me because they're German. But you know what I mean.
Basically, it's automatically dismissing a news source like Fox News just because it's Fox News. That's one version. That's one version of the genetic fallacy. Now, but then again, he's been invoking fallacies where they shouldn't be invoked to begin with. So it's a fallacy.
Yeah, that's what Harvard J. Ace said. The fallacy is assuming something is bad because a fallacy has been committed. Evidently, this fat boy has been doing it all day.
Flat boy, not fat boy.
Fat boys, flat boy.
Flat
boy.
We're not fat shaming, please.
No, we're not fat shaming. I saw fat and not flat. Sorry, that was my bad reading.
Can't fat shame when you got a fatty on the stream who's drinking wine and just ate half.
And by the way, I am overweight, so I don't fat shame. They're my peers. Okay, I can do it.
So we're the majority then. I'm not a skinny guy as well.
I fat shame in the way of, oh my God, you're almost as big as me. Jesus Christ, on a diet.
There you go.
I'm 250 pounds. I'll just leave it at that.
Oh,
I'm from the real world. We have no idea how much that is.
Let me get it converted. What do you use? Stone?
No.
I'm actually converting the other way. So you're under 250 pound. Yeah,
correct.
You're still 16 pound behind me.
Oh damn, dude.
But I can lift a 22-gallon barrel of beer quite happily.
All right.
There you go.
I'm also 1.93 meters, if that helps.
What the fuck is 1.93 meters?
Oh my God. Let's move on.
6 feet something?
6'4".
6'4".
Wow.
There we go.
It's actually 6'3", so 6'3". I'm only 5'11".
I'm 5'5", so I'm short. Shush, everyone.
Oh, it's a dwarf.
Oh, jeez.
Tall enough to hit your balls. So
that's how he's able to ride dinosaurs, because they don't see him.
Oh, dear me. Oh, we're lucky you're on your stream and not one of mine, because I make a really joke then.
All right, so let's continue. Dwarf jokes aside. You know I'll get you for that one, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Just because a scientist says so doesn't mean they are right. We need to see the observations, not the person who made the observations. All right, now I want you to see this too. Here it says, and with modern technology and sophisticated instruments. They are saying that to metaphorically put a stethoscope around the neck of their unnamed scientists in order to get more persuasive power.
No, they're saying they're using modern, accurate, up-to-date equipment that has a high level of accuracy. So he was complaining before that a new source, so something from this century was being used with the Aristophanes experiment. But now that we're talking about, new equipment, up to date, high tech, he's complaining as well. So he's complaining all the time.
Right?
Yeah.
While he's using a computer to get the message across.
Well, he's using a computer to make this.
I have a
video.
feeling he's standing there with someone with a tape recorder, and they're putting it on the internet for him afterwards. Because I don't feel like he's got.
Even a tape recorder is modern technology.
Yep.
All right, with the oh crap, something else. I want to say the thing that used to play records, and the name has just completely gone on my head.
A gramophone,
a record player, a turntable.
No, the older name for that.
The gramophone.
Victrola.
Gramophone, yeah.
Gramophone. There you go.
I'm sure there was another name I was thinking of because I saw the stethoscope and it's something along my brain.
On the wax cylinders. It's all being translated on a wax cylinder.
Could be.
With all respect to
or
the ladies.
Or like the Flintstones, they've got the chiseled hammer and they're hammering it out on
and then gets played on a bird. How did that work? Did it come? Oh, no, actually, no. Keep going, because we're going to go on a tangent.
With all respect to the ladies, I think Barman is getting distracted with the position of the stethoscope.
Okay, got it.
No, because... Nah.
He's getting distracted. Yes, he is. He looked at the stethoscope. He said, what? Everything just vanished from his mind. He can't talk anymore.
I'm not that sexually
especially after the second bottle of wine.
They are arguing,
anyway,
we have technology. Therefore, you should trust us.
Yeah, a stethoscope is modern technology. But just because someone has a stethoscope around their neck, that doesn't mean they're right.
And just because you have a YouTube channel doesn't mean you're right.
Very true.
The appeal to technology is a form of the appeal to novelty fallacy.
And someone not too long ago, a couple of minutes back, kept advertising their forum or whatever it was.
Or as C.S. Lewis described in his autobiography, Surprised by Joy, this is the chronological snobbery fallacy. Anyway.
What? This guy and his fallacies. Oh my god.
Is this even a thing? Do you know anything of this, Swing?
Chronological snobbery fallacy? What the? Like
let's let him continue to explain it. This is good.
We need to have him explain it.
It seems it is a thing.
Oh God!
It is. I've got the example here. An example of chronological snobbery would be someone who is an avid listener of the current hits on the radio, but they dislike music from the 1950s simply because of how old it is. How does that fit with his argument at all?
It doesn't.
So wait a second. In the beginning of this, he was arguing that we trust the Eratosthenes experiment because it was old. And now we're trusting modern technology because it's new.
Yeah.
Peter G makes a good point. The stethoscope was invented in 1816. That is not modern technology to me.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that, does he?
True.
God, wait till this guy finds out Google exists. Or even worse, send him an Alexa for Christmas. Could you
Maybe
imagine?
that's the problem. He's been Googling too damn much, and he's got Google on the brain with all these fallacies.
If you send him an Alexa for his birthday or Christmas, he'll probably just spill some holy water on it, thinking there's a lady inside or something like that.
That it's possessed. Yeah.
How did they get a fairy in there?
All right, let's see him explain this.
Oh my god!
Okay.
Yes, please. Oh,
I'll try to.
Yeah.
Let's continue.
He didn't. He didn't.
Jesus Christ! I've just realised we're still on the Eratosthenes page.
Oh, sorry.
Technology is a form of the appeal to novelty fallacy. Or as C.S. Lewis described in his autobiography, Surprised by Joy, this is the chronological snobbery fallacy.
And that's it.
Anyway, let's continue.
He doesn't say anything else.
Really? He doesn't?
3.3.
Oh my god.
It just goes on.
335
And he
kilometers.
says, and he claims he's a professor.
Yeah.
I guess that means we can just ignore it then.
I guess when he says he's a professor, he's just professing his opinion. So he's a professor.
That's a good
That's
one.
all it is. That's it.
Oh God.
Let's continue.
Oh, God.
Let's see.
Suppose that city A is 3.335 kilometers north of city B. Now, on June 21st, the angle of the sun's rays in city A is 0 degrees, while the angle of the ray in city B is 30 degrees. Use Eratosthenes' method to find the Earth's circumference.
How about we acknowledge the fact that the light from the sun is not parallel?
Why? Do you have any evidence of that?
That's a good one, really. That's what they've actually got to do, is prove it's not parallel. And you know what they're going to say, though? They're going to say, yeah, but look at these sun rays, that have come through these clouds when we're on the ground.
The crepuscular rays.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to ignore anti-crepuscular rays, and we're going to ignore when you're above the clouds so you can see them going straight. Because you can't do that because the dome's in the way.
Yeah. Oh God. Let's continue.
And the fact that ruins Eratosthenes' calculations. Now, as you know, I don't like the idea of just tossing their cake out the window and leaving our viewers with nothing on the table.
He's still on about the cake. Who would toss the cake out?
I smell a shirt, Ryder. I smell a shirt.
There should be a shirt. I also think that we deserve cake for coming to this. 'Cause I'm getting hungry now. I want cake.
That's a damn good idea.
You don't want a cake baked by me. I'll assure you that.
Who said you have to bake it? Go out and buy the damn thing for all we
right.
care.
No, my wife makes really good cakes. Why?
No.
I can make a cake. Come on.
Cakes, please. Says maybe. She's not taking her eyes off the Xbox, so she probably
that's some misogyny right there, barman. That's some misogyny.
God,
She
barman.
makes a far better
Can you
cake
make
than
a
me.
cake, please?
She makes a far better cake than me. Do you know what's even more annoying? She makes better pizzas than me, but what's more annoying, it's the same recipe for the dough. It's the same cheese. I make the sauce, but her pizzas taste better, and I don't know what the feck it is. I wish I did.
Dedication.
Because she uses exactly the same ingredients, but her pizzas taste better.
See,
It's the love.
Yeah.
it's the love. I was about to say that's the secret ingredient.
It's the love. Yep.
She does
just
it.
told me actually she puts
Always
poison in
makes it
my
taste better.
pizzas. So
Oh, poison, rat poison. That works as well.
what kind of
There
poison
you
do you put in my
go.
pizza? Shout, they'll all hear you. It's fine. I'll use it for evidence when I drop dead in the cinema.
But no, because you drink enough wine that it counteracts the poison.
I've just been told the wine I drink counteracts the poison.
Um,
She's laughing at it. It's awesome.
Barman, Mr. Unite says it's two things: love and talent. Ouch.
Oh,
She
ow.
does have talent. I'm not going to complain. She makes an excellent cake, and she
Yeah.
makes
We're talking
excellent
about
pizzas.
the pizzas as well.
Yeah, my girlfriend's a
Can't
good
make
cook,
pasta,
too.
though.
And Tim Gargak says just a pinch of arsenic. Just a
No.
pinch. Just a pinch, though. Not
No,
too much.
Does that
and
taste like almonds? I don't like nuts.
and I'm going to be really honest about my
Is that
cooking
what she said?
now. So I'm going to
Sorry.
be 100% honest about my cooking. I'm the best cook in the house.
Okay.
Don't
That
leave
is
it
an
alone.
accurate statement.
It is an accurate statement. It's proven that I'm the best cook in this house. I live alone.
I was going to say, I thought
By
you lived alone.
yourself.
I was hoping someone said it,
The
but
only cook.
I'm the only cook in the house. So as long as I'm alive by the end of eating it, I'm a good cook.
There you go.
All right, let's watch the rest.
Okay.
Please
see,
allow
back
me
to
to
cake
provide
boy.
a better cake that is backed by observation and experimentation. Observe, there are three kinds of shadow: umbra, penumbra, and antumbra. If the light from the sun were parallel, objects in the sunlight would not cast a penumbral shadow.
Really?
Yeah,
That's like the basic misunderstanding of sunlight.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
really is. The size of the light source based on the shadow being cast, the distances involved, and the object the shadow is being cast on. These are things you basically need to understand. I know he's got the things drawn in lines, but for our basic understanding, it's much easier to think of sunlight coming in parallel because there is very little difference between it. But on the distance of 250,000 fecking kilometers, that angle makes a fecking difference.
Yeah, scale does make a difference. You're right. Yeah.
But, that's the
It's
reason why they
infuriating.
say. That's the reason why they say the moon is what 70 kilometers across or something.
70 kilometers. Yeah.
Because that's
70
the
miles,
side of
whatever
the
it was.
shadow that it casts, basically. If that makes sense.
And they only. It's funny what they use for that is that lunar eclipse solar. Lunar eclipse.
Solar.
My brain. The August 7th, 2017.
Solar
Was it a
eclipse.
solar eclipse?
I think that was a solar.
That's pretty much what they based that on because only supposedly the shadow was what 70 miles, the totality part of it, and that's why they're saying that.
But it has been shown, and it's been shown on videos that the shadow can show, like the model there, get smaller. But if the sun was only the same size as the moon, it wouldn't work. And as you can see, I've done my swear pot donation because this guy's a motherfucking moron who deserves to be in the bollocks. That was worth it. That was worth it.
Good job. I miss your swears.
He's not swearing a lot because of me because I asked him.
No, I know.
I asked him, just control yourself a little bit.
I'll also be fair. Since you did that video on me where you put 34 beeps in 1 minute,
I remember that. I remember that one.
Yeah, that was an excellent video.
All we heard was beep, and just your mouth moving. That's all we heard.
You want to know something? You want to know something funny about that video? I didn't count the number of beeps. I just knew there were a lot. Did you actually count the number of beeps?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did? Well, Harbinger Ace says 34. Those are rookie numbers.
You gotta pump up those numbers, man.
34 in 1 minute is quite good for swears because that's the swear almost every other word.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And don't forget, that was 34 in 1 minute while debunking somebody. So I had to put the actual fact in there.
All right, let's listen to the rest of this misunderstanding.
Yeah, I can see that.
So here is my shadow on a white fence.
Why does it look so blurry?
My camera isn't out of focus here. That blurriness around my core shadow is my penumbral shadow. All right, I want you to see something real quick. Take notice of how the light is touching the Earth here in parallel rays. Got that?
Okay.
Now here's a timeanddate.com example of the light from the sun touching the Earth.
They're definitely different. They're not parallel like the other image.
Because the sun only casts 4 rays, right? It shoots 2 rays from the top and 2 rays from the bottom.
And 2 rays from the bottom. That's it. That's it.
Can we also point out, if we use the flat Earth model, you can't see me doing the air quotes there, that there's always a straight line between night and day, almost as if there was something stopping the sunlight from progressing from one bit to the other.
The photons, they get tired and they stop.
Yeah, they're like, I can't go anymore. They just drop right where they're at.
This is my limit.
Yeah, I did it once on the Gleason's equatorial projection map, and plotted out that if you had noon in Africa, the sunset in Australia, the sunrise in South America, based on the longest day of the year, and did a circle based on that, then on that day it should never go dark in the United Kingdom. Really? Because of the distance the sunlight would have to travel to reach those 2 points based on to where it would travel north and things like that. It just didn't fecking work. And yet that's the model they all tend to use. I asked Orphan Red that and said, I don't know. So, of course you don't freaking know. You're all boobs and no talk.
Come on. Orphan Red is the person that asked if a satellite is taking pictures
and no one there to see it.
And there's no one there to see it.
Did it take
Who pressed the button? Yeah, who took the photo?
That's like the argument, though. If Donald Trump falls over and no one's there to see it, it's still funny.
Yes.
But don't forget, she got into Mensa, though.
Yeah, okay.
Where's the wine?
I'm sorry. She
Took
got
a
into
test and paid money, and boom, they let her
she
in.
got into Mensa Canada, and you know
That's saying something.
But I'll be fair. There's a whole list of studies that have been done that if you have a challenge or a monetary reward or some kind of reward behind an IQ test, you can get up to 20 points higher on your IQ test. So we're not saying she's stupid or anything like that, because she's obviously intelligent in herself to get onto that. There is the chance she obviously faked the whole thing. But that extra up to 20 points could give her that bit she needs to actually get into Mensa. She could have also got dirty knees or something like that. I'm not saying anything.
Look,
but you never know.
And
Mr. United for the Children says half the questions on Mensa Canada's are about moose.
I thought they were about beavers. That's
the other half are about beavers.
Tim Gargak is asking if she joined as a guest. No, just not a guest. But going about
she only does OnlyFans now.
Yes,
she's making more money than all of us.
Yes, definitely she does.
And all she does is read stories.
But that's the way she started. Do you guys not know who Orphan Blue is?
Yeah, Orphan Blue.
I've heard, but I don't. Yeah, I've never delved into that. Sorry,
it's easy.
I
never based an argument on it though.
You go to Pornhub, and I'm not kidding. You go to Pornhub and look for Orphan Blue, and you'll find her. It's not. It's not a porno. It's not a porno. Regardless of the website it's in, it's her being sexy, and you'll see a completely different Sasha, because that's her name.
Yeah.
You'll see completely different Sasha without the giggles, without the whole thing.
Is the voice different too?
Oh no, unfortunately not.
No, that's her voice.
But
I have to.
But the giggles, yes.
What's this Pornhub thing you mentioned? I'm a happily married individual. I don't know what this is. Could you please explain in greater detail?
I've never heard of this porn thing you speak of. What is it?
Barman, put a pound in the super chat for lying.
Come on, we all know the internet was made for porn. Okay, ever seen Avenue Q? There you go.
Let's be fair. If there was no porn, do you really think the internet would have grown as quickly as it did?
No.
Exactly.
No,
not a chance.
No.
This is the whole reason VR is actually growing, but 3D.
Porn and cat videos.
Look,
porn and cat videos.
Yeah, but
believe
3D cup shots are not fun. VR porn can be fun. Sorry, let's get back to it.
So just to finish up on Orphan Red, yes, she's faking it. She's intelligent. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah,
She's playing a character, and she's making money out of it. So the whole flat Earth thing, she's faking it.
Yeah, she's a pope.
Definitely. I knew that part of it. Yeah.
Well,
I think I did
intelligent sometimes, but some of her arguments are so goddamn stupid. Sorry, let's go back to the video.
Okay.
Yes, more video, please.
They both can't be right, can they?
No.
So here in the observation of Penumbra on our own shadows is a significant observation because it disproves Eratosthenes' assumption that all the light from the sun is parallel. And because my claim is backed up with observation and experimentation, I can say that my claim is more scientific than the one that they have there in the textbook.
No, it's not.
King
Boy, what was your control? Did you do this multiple times over multiple days?
Yeah.
What's your independent variable?
Did you have somebody else to take a picture a different time of the day, somewhere else? Mm-hmm.
His biggest example would need to do this would just be to invest in a couple of LED light panels that you can easily pick up on fucking Amazon nowadays.
Swear jar.
I've already done it.
He's preempted it.
He did.
An LED. Well, I suppose not even an LED. You'd want more of a laser to make sure you're parallel. Really, LEDs can be quite good, but we'll go for a laser, which we can now get nowadays. And you could take the same sort of photo with the same sort of not the same distance, but the same distance based on relation to the object size and the object it's being shadowed upon.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So you can get that sort of image that you want. One, it's going to be really small so you're going to see some blurry anyway. But if you can increase the size and got a bit more change, say 1 kilometer, you could get that sort of effect quite happily. This is not a difficult subject to understand, really, especially with atmospheric refraction and shite like that. It's they're cherry picking. They are literally just cherry picking, and it's pissing me off.
Oh yeah, across the board.
There's pictures from the ISS showing clouds on the Earth. Their shadows are like elongated, parallel to them.
Fuck
which
the
shows
ISS. There's planes that show it because they'll moan the ISS is
planes
fake.
do show it, yeah.
The money's in the jar.
But the one in my head is where it's from the ISS, and there's you can see it's like 3 or 4 clouds below, and those shadows are just literally parallel to the shadow, and that shows that the Earth's light rays are not, they're parallel.
Yep,
they don't converge.
Nope. No. I mean, the easiest one to show it is to have a wall with some slits in and say, look, these light rays here. Well, based on the angle it's coming through the wall here, would say that the sun is 4 foot away. Well, that doesn't really work, does it?
Right. It doesn't work at all.
At all.
Mm-mm.
Anyway, super chat.
Ooh, there we go.
Nice.
Is this a preemptive one again?
No, that was from a minute ago.
Yeah, that was from like the.
You should change the title to "Sponsored by SarcasticBarman."
Sorry, when I get round, Colon's going to help me do some live chats. So I'm going to have a story jar, and every time Rider of Dinosaurs is too polite, he can put it into the story jar.
All right, let's get back to the derp.
You should not assume. You should not assume I don't swear. I just don't swear on my channel.
Anyone has a better cake that they would like to present, please share it on the debate.
Oh, sorry. Let's go back.
If anyone has a better cake that they would like to present, please share it on the debate board. There's a link in the description.
Again with the cake.
Okay, so why do you think they're teaching this? What do you think the author's motive was for putting this in the book?
It seems here that right from the get-go, the authors are trying to convince people that the Earth is a globe. And so far, they have not provided any evidence to support.
We've missed the really, 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 really silly thing with all of this. For the shadow of the sun to get smaller on both sides, the sun would need to be bigger coming in on angles on both sides. So either it's coming in parallel,
but that's
based on
true.
the size of it. If the sun is directly behind the moon, only one side of the shadow can get smaller. The other side would have to be coming in straight or something. It can't. The entire premise just basically doesn't work, because if you've got a bulb and the light shining out in all directions, surely it should get bigger, not smaller.
Yep.
Based on the stupidness of the flat Earth. Sorry, it's just what a bottle of wine does to you. It's just like, it's a whole argument is stupid. How did we not mention the stupidness in all of this?
Support their claim. On the cover of the book, you see a big picture of the globe.
Okay, just to prove this is a children's book, look at the illustration. It says it all. Okay?
Yeah.
It reminds me of my kids' books from school. So yes, it is basically it's a school textbook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the enormous label.
I'd quite happily call that a picture from a Bible, because it's got the earth, a rainbow, fishing,
and the rainbow.
And the earth.
Yeah, it looks like it would be something from a kid's Bible.
It's actually alien, because you can see the Earth from another planet.
Look how big the Earth is.
That's the Earth from the moon on the special lunar colonies.
No.
That's
the moon. The moon is on the top right corner, so a bit shadowy.
Oh shit!
So we have three celestial objects right here.
Oh, I see. We're on Nibiru. I mean, it exists. I don't know what anyone's talking about. There's no planet X on Nibiru.
That's a parallel Earth, right in our atmosphere.
Earth 2.
CGI.
Earth 2. Yep. CGI. Yes.
That's a good one.
No, Creaky does it better. CGI.
He does.
He's
starting to use it some more. He's using it more now, I noticed, which is great.
Yeah, it's the accent that he doesn't have, obviously.
Of course.
That's right. No accent, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Earth slapped on it. Then, in the introduction, we saw the Earth being described as similar to Jupiter with no further explanation.
Prove it's not.
No. if he's not a moron, and if he can read the simple thing in front of him, the system contains planets such as Earth and Jupiter.
Such as. He didn't see the such as.
This only bolsters what I was saying before, as far as these guys can read, they just can't interpret anything.
Right, and then it says the sun, which is a star.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's clarifying what's a planet and what's a star.
Let's see what he says
It's just
next.
This book, which someone in the chat said was intended for 9 to 13-year-olds,
Yeah.
is far too smart for Mr. Professor Kyle Adams.
It is. Way too smart.
Let's see where he goes with this one. Let me just put it back a little bit.
We saw the Earth being described as similar to Jupiter with no further explanation. And now we see
And that's it.
Sorry, that just floors me.
And that's it. With no further explanation.
With no further explanation.
Let's see more of his generalizations.
Eratosthenes' assumptions, with no grounds to support them and no acknowledgement that an assumption was even made. Here we can see all this effort going.
Wait, what did he just say?
And now we see Eratosthenes' assumptions, with no grounds to support them and no acknowledgement that an assumption was even made.
So, why are you making an assumption that he made an assumption saying that no assumption was made? What?
He's
Did you just assume my assumption?
Exactly.
Does he just assume? Assume me.
He's assuming that we assumed that
dare he?
Aristophanes assumed that the light coming from the sun was assumed to be parallel and not assumed to be diverging, because assuming that would make an ass out of you and me. But lucky Aristophanes assumed to know and understand that the people years before him assumed and understood the model that was presented to them about light.
Oh my
that showed
God.
that the moon came in that way.
Assumptionception.
But the funny bit, I'll just put it again. Just the funny bit is what he says at the end about the assumption that he says Aristophanes did.
With no grounds to support them and no acknowledgement that an assumption was even made.
So there's no acknowledgement an assumption was made, but he's saying that there was an assumption made. Do you see what I'm getting with this? Do you see what I'm
He
getting
can't
with
keep
this?
track of his idiocy.
No, he can't.
Smoku Fujiwara has it right. Assumption fallacy.
I was about to say that.
Well, I like Wad and Toad's Assumption Junction. I can't function.
There is something.
I was about to sing that too.
I'm sorry.
Assumption Junction, I can't function.
Oh my
I
God.
don't know why that just makes me think of Cobra Kai.
Schoolhouse Rock. Schoolhouse Rock. Ah, that was great as a kid. Anyway,
Continue.
go ahead.
Assumption inception, would that be an assumption? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Here we can see all this effort going into teaching us the Earth is a globe, but so far it hasn't given us any substance to base that belief on. Now, if it continues this way, someday when someone challenges the reader and says the Earth is not a globe and provides some evidence to their claim, the reader is not going to have any substance to prove them wrong with, and they're just going to reach for every fallacy that's listed in the book. Now the question is, will the book continue?
I pause.
Wait,
I'm sure he was
did he
laughing
reach for
then.
every fallacy that was in the book that he thought was in the book?
Oh, definitely.
So not only did the book not list any fallacies, but he doesn't have any evidence to support his own assertions to begin with. So, I
Right.
mean,
Yeah, but
unreal.
let's be honest. He's not talking about himself. He's talking about the book, right? So that doesn't count.
His assumptions that they are fallacies is indeed a fallacy itself.
Exactly.
Is it an assumption fallacy?
I think it's a lack of masturbation fallacy, because if he masturbated more, he wouldn't have enough time to think about this shit.
Maybe we can come up with a new fallacy and call it Kyle Adams fallacy.
There you go.
Has anyone not drawn
There
the
you go.
conclusion with people named Kyle saying stupid stuff on the internet yet? Sorry.
No, we concentrate too much on Nathan's. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Nathans for now kind of
The Nathans definitely win.
yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do.
Sublegal. Yeah, that'll do. Assumption. What the hell?
A good German truce, a phallic fallacy when you're a dick to fallacies.
Oral defecation fallacy.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Quick, play more video before I say something silly that's going to cost me.
Yes.
more video,
Continue
please.
to be this way. Let's keep reading and find out.
Oh, let me just answer Harbinger Ace. Yes, his name is Kyle.
Yes.
His name is Kyle Adams. Right there. If you want to visit his channel and give him a like or subscribe.
Right.
Don't do it. It's stupid.
It's a trap.
Please forgive us as we skip over reading a little bit here.
Oh, come on.
Well, they're already here.
Let's keep
Let's go on. Let's go on.
reading and find out. Please forgive us as we skip over reading a little bit here, as the book covers some basic definitions for younger audiences.
Pause. The book had
Which
some
right
words
there-
we didn't understand, so we skipped them.
And basic.
They made sense to me, so I can't put them on my video because then
Yeah.
you'll think. Yeah.
And he does recognize that it's for younger audiences.
Younger
Or maybe-
audience. Yep.
Or maybe
And
he
sure, younger
thinks-
readers, not younger audiences. What the
Yeah.
hell is he?
Which bit did he read? So I want to know, is he reading that geology bit that they decided to skip? So the study of the origin, history, structure of the solid earth and the processes that shape it is called geology. So we know it's solid and things like that. Geology is a broad field that covers many areas of specialization. Some geologists explore the Earth's crust, blah, 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 blah. You mean all the things that disprove the Earth can be 6,000 years old and fucking flat? Yes, I know.
Swear jar.
Swear chat,
man.
swear super chat. There you go.
I'm going to start my own channel and just constantly invite Barman with the same rule, and that's how I'm going to make all my money.
Barman,
No.
you're
I
invited
promise
again.
that-
You're invited for my next live stream again.
For all of them,
It
for
won't
every
exist
single
for a
last
second time,
one.
dude. Don't worry, it won't exist for a second time. The second time will be tough shit and bollocks. You deal with it. You invited me back.
You're invited again to my next live stream, and bring your wallet, okay?
I have to at this point. I'm sure you've made more money off me than you make off YouTube adverts. So
Okay.
Probably.
That's fair.
Probably. That is fair. That is fair.
Barman, once you put in the second pound, I already made more money. Once you put the second pound, I already made more money than I
Very
made on
true.
YouTube.
Ugly German Truce, you're going to have to mention Barman on your next
Your next
IRS
IRS.
filings.
Even though you're not in the yes.
I was going to say he's north of me. It's fine. Speaking of which, when
A
are you
little
gonna
line
get-
item on your when you pay your taxes, you know,
So,
the barman tax or something.
Oh, don't mention tax. I've got to do mine yet. Jesus.
Oh gosh.
Barman, you were
Yeah,
going
we
to
have
say
a
something?
couple weeks.
You guys got overlapped there. You were saying something?
I said, when are you going to get your ass down and come to my pub?
We're in lockdown right now.
Yeah,
Obviously. I meant when it's you're going to jump.
A likely story.
really. Oh my god. No.
What you want to do, if you do ever want to come down, talk to Crafty Keeler and a few others because they're looking at coming down at some point, and there's quite a few of them coming down. So that should be good. Not Irish Demon. Who was coming down? I can't remember. I'm drunk. Never mind.
And hit play.
Hit play.
And let's,
Here, the book
yeah,
covers
more
the
video,
four
please.
primary topics in earth science: geology, oceanography, meteorology, and astronomy.
All things that prove around Earth.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Now, the importance of earth science. This is a good area to look for the author's overall motives in writing this book.
Powerful forces are at work on the Earth. Volcanoes erupt and earthquakes shake the ground. These events not only shape the Earth, but also affect life on the Earth. A volcanic eruption may bury a town in ash. An earthquake may produce huge waves that destroy shorelines. By understanding how natural forces shape our environment, Earth scientists can better forecast potential disasters and help save lives and property.
Okay, I agree with that. A proper understanding of our world can save lives, and an improper understanding of our world can destroy lives.
Pause.
Another question.
Bollocks, do you understand that? Because otherwise you'd understand that plate tectonics don't fit with a flat Earth model, because the idea of the entire Antarctic fecking coast never moving does not fit with any of our understandings of one giant supercontinent, continental drift, plate tectonics as a whole, earthquakes, or anything else. So, on that note, I'm just going to say, piss off. You don't know fuck all. Also, this is the last one you get out of me.
Oh my god. Okay, let's continue. Oh, wait a minute.
I love drunk barman. Go ahead.
Question I have to wonder about is, are the authors intentionally trying to pass along misinformation? Or are they just going with the flow and passing on what was taught to them?
No, that's not how it works.
Observations made by Earth
It's just the same song and dance every time.
Yeah.
scientists have contributed greatly to our knowledge of the world.
Sorry, you wanted to say something, Mom?
I was going to say, and again,
Yeah.
he's in his religious beliefs. What do you think happened? You get passed down things from other people. It never changed. God. He just, I just can't deal with this
world
guy.
around us.
Okay.
For example, information gathered by astronomers studying distant galaxies has led to theories about the origins of this solar system. Geologists studying rock layers have found clues to the Earth's past environments and to the evolution of life on this planet.
Providing correct information in Earth science can give us a correct understanding of our origin, and false information can give us a false sense of origin. Now,
no shit, Sherlock.
How does that affect us? And why is that?
Exactly.
That definitely is on the swear jar, right?
I'm just paying myself, so yeah, no.
Yeah, just pay yourself.
Is that important? A fable is told about an eagle who thought he was a chicken. When the eagle was very small, he fell from the safety of his nest. A chicken farmer found the eagle, brought him to a farm, and raised him in a chicken coop among his many chickens. The eagle grew up doing what chickens do, living like a chicken, and believing he was a chicken. A naturalist came to the chicken farm to see if what he had heard about an eagle acting like a chicken was really true. He knew that an eagle was the king of the sky. He was surprised to see the eagle strutting around the chicken coop, pecking at the ground, and acting very much like a chicken. The farmer explained to
let him
Would
finish.
a chicken survive on just like breadcrumbs and crappy diet?
Yeah.
Doesn't it need some meat to keep going?
Let him finish, then we can comment.
the
Let's let him
naturalist
finish the story.
that this bird was and acting very much like a chicken. The farmer explained to the naturalist that this bird was no longer an eagle. He was now a chicken because he had been trained to be a chicken, and he believed he was a chicken. The naturalist knew there was more to this great bird than his actions showed, as he pretended to be a chicken. He was born an eagle, and had the heart of an eagle, and nothing could change that. The man lifted the eagle onto a fence surrounding the chicken coop, and said, "Eagle, thou art an eagle. Stretch forth thy wings and fly."
That sounds like a Bible story.
Doesn't it? Yes. Yes, it does sound like a Bible story. But
He's
yes,
not.
continue.
He's not finished. So let's.
Let's let him finish the story, and then we'll comment.
Barman, we lost you there for a second, but I think you're okay now. Let's let's let him finish first, and then we'll comment on it. All right. Oh, click.
The eagle moved slightly, only to look at the man. Then he glanced down at his home among the chickens in the chicken coop, where he was comfortable. He jumped off the fence and continued doing what chickens do. The farmer was satisfied. "I told you he was a chicken," he said. The naturalist returned the next day and tried again to convince the farmer and the eagle that the eagle was born for something greater. He took the eagle to the top of the farmhouse and spoke to him. "Eagle, thou art an eagle. Thou dost belong to the sky."
First of all, that farmer's going to be real disappointed when that eagle doesn't lay any eggs.
Right.
This is essentially the boy raised by wolves story. Like, why didn't he just tell that story? Who's going to talk to an eagle?
It would have been shorter because he's not finished yet. And my first comment is going to be about that beak that doesn't peck. That doesn't peck. But let's continue.
And not the earth.
Let's continue.
Stretch forth thy wings and fly. The large bird looked at the man, then again down into the chicken coop. He jumped from the man's arm onto the roof of the farmhouse. Knowing what eagles are really about, the naturalist asked the farmer to let him try one more time. He would return the next day and prove that this bird was an eagle. The farmer, convinced otherwise, said, "It's a chicken." The naturalist returned the next morning to the chicken farm and took the eagle and the farmer some distance away to the foot of a high mountain. They could not see the farm nor the chicken coop from this new setting. The man held the eagle on his arm and pointed into the sky where the bright sun was beckoning above. He spoke, "Eagle, thou art an eagle. Thou dost belong to the sky and not the earth. Stretch forth thy wings and fly." This time, the eagle stared skyward into the bright sun, straightened his large body, and stretched his massive wings. His wings moved slowly at first. Then surely and powerfully, with the mighty screech of an eagle, he flew.
Bollocks. Bollocks.
And then the chicken flew away and ate a load of freaking chickens that were down the road. And it's, oh my, the farm wasn't there. It was a massacre.
Who's snoring there? Enough. Hey, wake up.
Okay.
Wake up. All right, so first, before we start with this, I feel this story is going to go on still, but first of all,
It's like, dude, get to the point already. What the hell?
I need to address a super chat.
So much less words.
I feel like the quicker point on this story would be there was an eagle that fell into a chicken coop. Because of its beak, couldn't eat all the seeds, so starved and died. Well, it's also not by me.
Let me address a super chat I have from Bella Charge, $2 New Zealand dollars.
God.
What's up, Walkers? How is everyone?
Oh my God.
We're all good. Thank you for the super chat, Bella Charge. How you doing? So, first of all, no naturalist would look at an eagle and say, "Thou art an eagle."
An eagle.
Fly. So clearly, this whoever wrote this story, he didn't.
It sounded like something he picked up in church. Yeah,
probably.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
This person, whoever wrote this, never had never seen, even at a distance, a naturalist. That's not how it works.
He never saw a chicken either, because you put a chicken on a fence, he'll fly a couple of feet away to get off that freaking fence. And any farmer would be happy to have an eagle living in with his chickens for the simple fact no other eagle is going to come down and try and eat one of the chicks while there's an eagle sat in the field already, because the other eagle's going to say, "Oi, naff off."
Yeah.
It's less polite word.
One thing to consider is, Ryder, one thing to consider is you had this playing at like fast speed. Imagine we were watching this in regular speed.
Yes.
I'd have shot myself.
Yeah,
and,
we'd have all
and the
gone
naturalist would actually study the eagle with the chickens. It wouldn't say, "We got to get this eagle out of here. It's an eagle." And not to mention, if that were an actual, I know it's an analogy, but if it was an actual story, that eagle was a chick when he got it, or when it was in there. So it adapted to its surroundings. Environmental surroundings play a huge part in how you develop.
Yes.
Yeah.
But at the
You
same time,
you see that all the time. Like a cat being raised by dogs will start to act like a dog.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
I was raised by humans, and look at me.
My God, you're awful.
And a flat earther, who was raised and who got himself mixed with idiots will behave like an idiot himself. Now the last, completely ignoring the fact of the beak, of the curved beak, that the eagle wouldn't be able to eat whatever the farmer would give it. The last bit, all I can see is, in my mind, I can see someone at the top of a mountain, just at the edge, with an eagle in his arm. The eagle tries to fly in. Boom.
Yep, falls right
Because
down. Yeah.
That eagle would not learn how to fly in a couple of minutes.
No.
It was splat onto the ground, and the farmer would probably not be very happy about it.
It would be a dead eagle.
Oh my God!
All right, we got like. Should we see if there's anything like? Should we go try to go past this eagle story?
Yeah, let's see.
Before you do,
See if there's anything left.
before you do, you've just raised a really interesting thing, though. Second generation flat earthers with the internet.
Oh yes,
That's going to be fucking hilarious.
That's going to be interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
yes,
Because they're not going to have the basic understanding to debunk their evidences and things like that. They're just going to rely on the things their parents have told them and the information their parents have given them.
Nah, Barman, you're paranoid. I'm sorry to interrupt, but you're paranoid, and I'll tell you why. None of them are going to be vaccinated. They're not going to make it to adulthood.
That's true.
Hey, even with natural selection, some of them should survive.
Very few.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The odd, statistically, yes, some will survive statistically. Yeah.
Someone else is drinking.
Possibly.
You're hitting the bottle as well, Mom.
I just can't say statistically for some reason. Too busy laughing.
Are you
Statistic.
Wait a minute, Mom. Are you related to Donald Trump? Because he can't say statistically as well.
No, dear God, no. No.
Have you tried? Have you seen him try?
Have I seen him what?
Have you seen him try to say that?
No, I haven't actually.
It's fun.
Have you seen him say every country on Earth yet? Not anime. The what's it tunes? The Animaniacs. That's the one I'm thinking of.
Oh, I haven't watched Animaniacs. The new Animaniacs. No.
Oh no.
Well, no.
I like the older one better.
Do the world song, and it's named every country.
Yeah,
of the
I know
world.
that one.
Well, someone cut it with Donald Trump.
Okay.
Cut all the ones he says, and eventually get him to name every country of the world.
I got it. Nope. But it's probably with one of all his big. Was it big words or best words? He knows all the best words. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because he went to a Ivy League school. All right, let's finish this. Let's finish this.
He just walked over to the campus. He didn't actually. Yeah.
Someone took the test for him. All right, so let's finish. Let's finish this with Kyle.
Continue.
I really like that. Having a correct understanding of our origin really helps us have a better understanding of what we can do and what our true potential is.
That's not what the story was
I know
about.
I can testify.
No,
but there are
wasn't.
very real powers that should not be, who want us to forget about who we are and where we came from. I often share my videos around on Facebook, and in a group overrun by trolls, someone once commented saying, "Who do you think you are? You aren't special. There's nothing special about you." My response to them was,
There is nothing special about you. There's literally nothing special about you. You are one of 7 billion human beings on
Right.
Earth. There is nothing that makes you special at all, apart from your micro penis and your
Oh,
inability.
whoa.
Hey now.
But his
Ooh,
mommy
okay.
told him he was special.
I always tell these people, you're special to those around you, but in the grand scheme of things, if universal wise, if we humans were wiped off the face of the earth, it would make not one bit of difference.
Oh, come on.
Not one.
No. Wait a minute. You must agree. Kyle is special.
Well, in quotes, special. Uh-huh.
I don't know if I can get away with it on this channel, but I'm going to try.
Uh?
He's special. He's very special. I don't mean that in a derogatory term to anyone, but yes. He's special.
Special in quotes, okay? There you go.
Yeah.
He's a special kind of special. All right? Let's put it that way.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. that just stepped over the line I drew, Ryder. You've just gone so far past it.
It's my channel. Let's finish this. Let's finish this. We've been doing this for almost 3 hours now. So,
Yeah.
Jesus.
And and these are just the 2 first videos.
"Well, I know who I am. The question is, who are you? Because you sure don't sound like Mr. Rogers right now."
The Earth also
God.
So
Who cares?
Yeah.
provides many valuable resources that enrich the quality of people's lives. For example, the fuel that powers a jet the metal used to make surgical instruments, and the paper and the ink of this book all come from the Earth. The study of Earth science can help people gain access to the Earth's resources and teaches them to use those resources wisely.
And herein is another reason why someone might want to spread some misinformation. If I were a corporate CEO like Andrew Carnegie in the oil industry, who had some strong influence in academia, I might be tempted to use some of that influence to throw competitors off of my trail. Ecology.
And that's it. There says nothing. Okay.
He doesn't actually have an answer to where oil comes from or anything like that.
We're still going, but is it? You need me for something major or what? No, forget it. Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
Mute yourself, Mom.
She just did.
Okay. Should we continue?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, go on.
Just 3 minutes left, and maybe less than that, because he tends to ramble around the end.
I am just going to summarize this.
30 seconds.
Sorry?
I said let's play at least 30 seconds then.
Okay.
Ecology is the link between biology and earth science. It is the study of the different ecosystems. The biggest ecosystem is the biosphere, and within that, there is the geosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere.
As we better understand ecosystems, we are better able to understand the way pollution affects the world around us. This helps us bring problems to our attention, because problems that are out of sight and out of mind do not get fixed.
Everyone just needs to be responsible.
Someone wanted to pause? No.
Yeah, his whole thing on pollution and things like that still depends on the chemical structure of oils and the decomposition of hydrocarbons and stuff like that, which, based on the time that we understand them decomposing and then breaking up, can't fucking work with a flat Earth of 6,000 years old.
No.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Right.
I think I've definitely paid for that one.
Just call it for what it is. Demonetized.
Yeah.
So you're saying you get a freebie on that one, is right?
Yeah. I've sweared less on this than I do my own videos. He'll still be green.
I agree. You have.
Oh, and come on, guys, don't be so vague. If you're going to say meteorologists found something, please provide a reference for the actual people who discovered the thing.
Why? What does that matter?
If this book was directed to college students, then yes, but it's directed to 9-year-olds, you moron.
No, not even directed to college students, because I'd expect the college students to have the basic understanding in life to find that source for themselves, because if I was a college professor, I'd make that a goddamn question in the freaking exam. Who discovered this? Because I did the textbook that I wrote and made you buy it like $120 a book because I'm an asshole.
More than that.
Professor. Well, you know what I mean. So, no, you should have the life skills to be able to research a point to find the information.
Yeah, you should.
Which is what most flat earthers lack.
Yeah, and they keep saying, do your own research. Apparently, they don't.
Our future generations need better than that.
All right, so Earth science is important for the sake of protecting ecosystems. Now, if that is the case, how does telling people we live on a globe fulfill that motive?
Where in this book?
More than just that.
No. I got a question. Where in this book, what's been read so far, has said that we live on a sphere?
It hasn't.
Nothing. Nowhere.
It doesn't play an adequate part in how we understand the movement of the oceans and stuff like that at this level and our understanding of pollution to say that we live on a spherical Earth with an atmosphere that can only let out X amounts of particles per year because of the effects of gravity, etc., etc., etc. That for a 9 to 14-year-old, it doesn't goddamn matter.
No.
I think it is. He saw that globe on the front. On the very front. So his mind's like, well, it's for the globe.
And the
you can't get past that.
And the Aristophanes one.
Yes.
But again, like you guys said, and I was wrong in the beginning. Like you guys said, that was not done to prove a spherical Earth. It was done to know the circumference. So it could be
correct.
I don't know, a cylinder. Doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
You could have even said it was done as an example of an observation based on what you see around you and what conclusions you can draw from that observation. Whether they be correct or incorrect, you're still just drawing drawing conclusions from observations.
Yep.
Whether the Earth is round or flat, based on that observation, doesn't actually matter.
And
the fact we've got the International Space Station sort of seals that fucking coffin.
Yeah. But
Exactly.
at the same time, he keeps going on and on and on about teaching people that the Earth is a sphere, where nowhere in the book so far that has been said.
No.
Here I have turned the concepts the authors presented into a concept map, as the book described in the introduction. Please notice how astronomy doesn't seem to connect to one of the things studied in ecology. Do you think it should? If so, where should it connect? I'll leave that one open for the audience
None
to...
of them.
Ecology has nothing to do with astronomy.
No. Well, he's saying for the astronomy, where would you
Right.
connect astronomy to? The atmosphere, the hydrosphere, or the geosphere? Nowhere. Because
Nowhere.
it's in goddamn space.
Right.
Which is a three-dimensional, in all directions, almost to infinity, quite happily.
I would say astronomy encompasses everything because the planet is in space.
Right.
That would fit, yeah.
So
would you say Earth science, then astronomy, then the other three criteria because they fit in with astronomy as a whole?
no, I would say Earth science. Then the same way he has a biosphere, you know, the ellipse. I would put an ellipse of astronomy, including everything under Earth science, because astronomy is part of Earth science.
Makes sense.
That's my that's my view.
Okay.
comment and discuss on the debate board.
Yeah, debate board, blah, blah, blah.
Now, if your primary objective was to protect and enhance the environment, would dumping obscene amounts of money into astronomy be considered a misallocation of funds? That is another question.
No, it wouldn't just seem a stupid amount of funds or anything like that. But also, for what Ryder said, I think astronomy should come before meteorology, just because meteorology is affected by the astronomy of the solar system and the moon and the sun and the rotation and things. Just to be a really awkward bar steward.
Can you see my mouse? So
yeah.
I would put astronomy, including all of this.
Your mouse disappeared after you said.
Oh,
can you
sorry,
see
it did.
Let me see.
There we go. It
so
moved
biosphere is
when you're moving. It's there. So I know
Yeah.
you mean to put it in with biospheres, but I think
biosphere.
it
Yeah.
So can you see
above meteorology
So-
because meteorology is affected by the astronomy of our solar system.
Yeah. So
I'm just being awkward.
for me, astronomy
Yeah.
would be something like this, an ellipse here that would encompass
Oh, I
all
get
of
you.
this.
Gotcha.
So
Right.
astronomy,
So astronomy would be part of everything.
yes,
Because it
Yes.
does, in theory, affect everything from oceanography, meteorology, and geology. Yes, you are
Yeah.
perfectly right.
Correct.
And yes, that
That
would
makes
work.
sense.
So instead of the word biosphere written there, it should say astronomy, but on the level above.
on both
Yeah.
levels.
Well, I'd say on the level above would be fine because both the level
Yeah.
below is a more basic explanation, more
Well,
exact.
for-
So yeah,
for
but either
for
way,
Kyle-
that would be fine. Yeah.
You know, for Kyle, it would have to, be more specific.
Kyle, I think we should just throw a dictionary at his head and a science book. And
Yeah. Yeah, Kyle.
Yeah.
All right, let's finish this. We can do this. We can do
I would
this.
love to
2
talk
minutes
about
left.
on the debate board.
Well, wait. Before we move on, I gotta ask, why are there so many spheres here?
Oh my
Like
God.
Biosphere,
There we go.
geosphere,
Oh,
hydrosphere, and
good
atmosphere.
God.
Oh
they
dear God! It's
implying
just
that the Earth
oh
is
my
a
God.
There we go. So we know
It's
what they're gonna.
indoctrination.
Here.
Yeah,
Should be bioplane.
Yeah.
Ugh.
and
Hate that shit.
paint
Excuse me. Sorry.
No. Swear jar.
Paul?
Let's open the dictionary on that one. Here we are.
you press play.
What?
I put in chat when you're all done. I'll rant. Because the Earth's fucking round, you fucking moron! Fucking why?
Wrong. It's a sphere, not round. Again, a flat plate can be round.
Shut the fuck up. Round's good enough. You know what I mean.
Sphere.
Oh, remember.
Fill my swear jar. I can get away with it.
Remember one thing. I still have the MC Tunes award here to send to you because he asked me to send it to you. All right?
That is true. That is true. I filled my swear jar.
Okay, I see it.
Place or environment within which a person or thing exists.
Okay, biosphere, geosphere. They're all talking about the places where life exists. I understand that. Thank you, dictionary.com. I just felt the need to clarify that.
And you just sounded like a moron. GloberMom, £2. $2 for the swear jar.
$2 for the swear jar.
Okay, let's try and end this on a positive note. As we study the Earth, its intricacy, or
I think we can finish here. This is just the final notes.
It just, yeah.
She's just
So
gonna repeat
just
everything.
to recap, their effort to destroy this science book, they literally brought nothing to the table.
Literally.
I think that's the actual title of my chat, isn't it? My stream, isn't it? He destroys nothing.
Yeah.
All they presented is, I don't believe that because I don't understand.
And they incorrectly invoked like 8 fallacies.
I don't think they can.
While committing quite a few themselves.
Yeah. And the reality is, when it comes to invoking fallacies anyway, that's really only usable like in a debate format or in a philosophical format. Simply pointing it out in a science book doesn't mean anything, because you could say, oh, well, Eratosthenes made an assumption. Okay, but if that assumption was correct, then you can still run with it.
Yeah, and it's no longer an assumption if it's proven correct, right?
Yeah.
You're better off looking at his assumptions and saying, well, he's assumed this, but if we didn't assume this and took X instead of Y, we could then say this. And as our backup for X, we have these evidences. But unfortunately, we don't have any backups for X for our evidences. But the other side do have our backups for Y's. God damn it.
So we always have to start with an assumption anyway when doing anything scientific. For example, if barman is drinking wine, I'm going to assume he's going to swear more than usual.
Well,
I mean, we have to assume that the reality that we're perceiving is actually happening, you know?
Yeah.
Just deal with it.
Exactly.
We're all in the Matrix.
That's right.
No, don't get me started with that one. Don't get me started.
Don't you just love it, though, when flat earthers who are slightly anti-trans assume that we're all in the Matrix?
Right.
A movie directed by 2 trans people. Oh, well.
Oh, they're trans? Really?
Yeah.
I think they were brother and sister. They're now brother and brother
They
or
were
something.
two brothers.
No.
They were 2 brothers, now they're 2 sisters.
Yes.
There we go.
I can't pronounce the name.
The Wachowski.
Wachowski. Yes, they're now the Wachowski sisters. The ones that actually directed the real Matrix video, the movies. Sorry.
Oh wow! I did not. Wow, that's crazy. I did not know that.
That was
We brought that
ages
up
ago.
a few times because it's so funny.
But yeah, it's just these videos prove that he doesn't understand what he's reading. Clearly, he doesn't understand simple schematics for 9-year-olds. And we just proved that flat earthers are dumber than a 9-year-old, which is not difficult to believe.
Do you think that's why he gets his wife to read it for him, because he can't?
No, maybe she's 8 and he's like 5.
Oh no.
Well,
She's his babysitter.
I'm sure GloberMom knows this show. I don't know if you guys in the UK would know this, but we have a show here in the States called "Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?"
Yes.
Yeah, we know about
Clearly,
it.
Kyle would not win.
No.
No.
Would
Some of
not.
the questions on there are so amusing. I laugh when people get them wrong. It's like, seriously, how
I
do you
know.
that shit? Though I saw a video the other day, and it's like, who was involved in Pearl Harbor? But what was worse, it was interviewing British people, and I was like, how do you not know this? We get taught this in school, GCSE level history.
Yeah.
This is a big world fact, and they didn't know it. I felt like just trying to slap people.
Yeah.
I know, huh?
And look, I'm starting to think that foreigners, so anyone outside the US, knows more about American history than Americans themselves, or most Americans. Let's put that into the right
I
perspective.
would make a caveat argument of that we don't really get taught in the UK anything about the American Civil War. We get a reasonable about the American War of Independence because it involves Britain. We get a tiny bit on the War of 1812, and then we get a bit involved in the interwar years and pre-World War One. But apart from that, we don't get a lot. So we don't get anything about the other Mexican-American wars, the buying of California and things like that. They're only things I sort of found out afterwards from doing my own, let's sit down, watch YouTube videos and read shit. And
yeah,
I'm 2 bottles of wine fully gone now. So I've probably said something wrong.
I'm sorry, I was just laughing at something that the Ugly German Truth said.
Yes, I saw that too.
I thought it should be me saying something wrong.
No.
He said, would you lose a TV show? Are you smarter than a parking meter?
I'm like... that is good.
Oh, God.
Fuji Warrior, no, he's not the smartest flat earther. That would be JM Truth, because he's a specialist on anything. Let's be honest.
That's right.
He claimed to be a specialist
He'll make up
on
specialties.
anything.
I thought that was Nathan Oakley was the smartest flat earther.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, right.
No one can ever overtalk him. Let's be fair.
Not when he mutes you.
Helium balloons fall down, go boom boom.
What?
That's right. Gas fall down, go boom boom.
Oh, boom, boom. It just sounds like something a 5-year-old would
Bouncy
say.
balls. Remember that bouncy balls?
Yeah.
All right.
Underfoot.
How much did Barman?
7, 8, something like that.
I want to say close 7 or 8.
Well, my chat revenue, including mums, is in dollars is $19.29.
Wow.
Nice.
So
Nice.
Hey, nice.
Profitable stream in a while, I'm guessing.
So 1, 2.
Yeah.
No. I had $4.99 from jail warrants. So from Barman, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pounds.
Worth every penny.
Yes, it was.
And I would say you made your ad revenue probably for the next 10 years.
Ad revenue sucks balls, I will say.
It sucks. If you're not a big YouTuber and have 500, 600, 1,000 people on watching your stream, you don't get a lot of money. I'll probably, if it's monetized, I'll get, I don't know, 50 cents or something like that.
Sounds about right.
So yeah, that's why I'm not too worried about monetization on the live stream, to be honest.
Do a stream every single day, and you'll be able to afford a coffee.
Ooh, hey, one coffee for the month.
Yes.
Well, I've never been too worried about doing live streams. I mean, one, my internet doesn't allow me to do live streams because my internet sucks balls. But thank you, Colon. He's not here, but he's going to help me do some. But
sweet.
The first couple of live streams I did after I got monetized, not live streams, the first couple of videos I did, I got some super chats, and then it was like, yeah, but it's just a normal chat. No one's going to see it and things. I'm like, yeah, I'm not bothered. But thank God I have members. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I love my patrons. I've got 2 with me tonight. Swing and Mom. And I've got my members as well, so I appreciate every single one of them. Because at the end of the day, we're here watching a YouTube video and just, making fun of someone.
Yeah, having fun.
He actually
having quite the laugh.
Yep.
I'm a Patreon for Creaky Blinder, and because of how busy things get and trying to watch videos and keep up with videos, I don't think I've watched a Creaky Blinder video in about 2 weeks. I'm still a Patreon to him. It's just like, I will watch these goddamn videos. I remember when you had less subscribers than I've got now.
I do that too. I'll sit there and go, oh, you had a video on 2 days ago. I haven't seen it yet. Pop it on and watch it.
Now, I've got a really big question to all of you. Should we do another live stream with the next 2 videos on this book, or you think you had enough of Kyle Adams in this book?
I have to ask a serious question first.
Yeah.
Will I need a swear jar for the next video?
Maybe work an extra shift or 2.
There you go.
I heard the roundabout is really busy at this time of night.
My personal opinion, and I'll watch his other videos just to see if there's actually any content. If he's just gonna go on and on with the same drivel that these 2 videos had,
Yeah, it seems like
kinda
that's what it's going to be.
Yeah, if he actually tries to bring some science, quote unquote,
I doubt it.
then that might be worth it. Yeah, exactly. That might be worth attacking. But otherwise, if he doesn't, then we could try to find something else to shred.
You say
It's
this,
also-
he did just turn less than 1 hour's worth of videos into 3 hours worth of live streams.
Yes.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
But
You dare.
That channel.
No,
That channel. Oh.
I know. I just wanted to have a look. He's got a new subscriber since 9 o'clock, like around 9-ish was when I looked last. No, I had an idea that we shouldn't continue with this, Kyle, because I have an odd suspicion that he will go on with the same thing.
It's just going to be more the same.
It's just going to be the same, and that will be less entertaining for people. And for us, let's be honest, if we're entertained, people in the chat will be entertained as well. And if we're boring or bored, they will be as well.
Well, if you want, type Peggy Hall into that YouTube search.
Peggy who?
Peggy Hall.
While you're doing that, chat, just be aware that the next time JM uploads a juicy video,
That
we
one
will
at
be
the top.
all over it.
Oh, yes. So JM is still not out of... wow.
Doesn't she just look like a Karen?
She is a Karen.
Yeah, she is. She is the way. I've seen a few of her videos.
Yeah, another
through
name for
Team,
Karen
she
is Peggy. So
Wow, she's got 7... of course, any crazy people...
The healthy American. God,
Yeah.
I love that
It's
name.
70,000 subscribers. It just takes the piss, doesn't it?
Um,
And what's worse, at least 10% of her audience are watching, which is even worse.
have you seen
I've
this
seen a few
crazy lady?
anti-maskers quote her a lot. Well, Peggy Hall and that. It's like, oh my God, can you guys shut up?
Have you seen this woman?
Who is that?
This...
I've seen her. I've seen her through. I forget through who, but yes, I've seen her. I think Radical maybe has covered her. Or I'm not sure.
Oh, I must have missed that.
She's just
Or
crazy.
it was
She's nuts.
who covered her? Yeah, was it Team? Somebody covered her.
I think Radical's been focusing on soft sits. So maybe
Yeah, he's been focusing on soft sits for quite a while.
So
Might have been Team or
views.
Creaky may have
Really
watched her
does
too.
get views.
Yeah.
Who?
I gotta say, Radical makes watching soft sits really
Oh
entertaining.
God, no. She. Oh, this woman.
Oh, someone suggested it in chat, so I was just having a look. I know nothing
Yeah.
about about her.
She is a. I think she does like fan fiction, but she makes it sound. She sounds so kooky with it. It's awful.
Why on the special goodbye Patreon videos is she holding a vibrator?
What?
I see that.
That's not a vibrator. It's a book. Oh, sorry.
Check out the one below
Yeah,
it.
it's a
The
book.
one
This
below it.
one.
The one below.
Special goodbye to
Mhm.
Patreon supporter. Oh my God. Oh wait.
Yeah, Gail's kind of
Look,
special.
Satan wants to impregnate me. Oh my God! I have to look at this one. I'm gonna save this one.
Yeah,
She'd be
save
one to
that
cover. Yeah, she'd be one to cover. She's got some real wacky
Who's
videos.
that? Gail Short Schuler.
But just stay away from her bikini videos, please, for God's sake. Stay away from the bikini videos.
Look. If
Speaking
I,
of which,
yes.
Mum, when are you doing your bikini videos?
Oh my
Ooh.
god.
Oh well,
Boom.
you don't want to see this body in a bikini.
You-
Trust me.
Sarcastic, you have to contribute to her swear jar.
Oh my god.
I've contributed enough for this month.
Shouldn't we be doing this on a private stream instead of?
Oh my God!
live
Biggest
one?
Doggus just said she has a naked dance for members.
Oh,
Oh
that's
God.
disturbing.
What?
Nunya Business did
Oh.
point out in chat, didn't a Catholic priest define the Big Bang Theory? Yes, he did.
Robert Caslow, does she have an OnlyFans? Asking for a friend.
Oh my god. Oh,
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Gale
I
destroys
think
Satan.
we definitely need to close this stream down before one of us says something that really does get you demonetized.
Yeah, my dog is staring at me to go outside anyway.
But here's the thing: demonetization. I don't lose super chat money.
Okay, not demonetized, but gets you a warning for the excessive language of me.
A strike. Yeah, I get what you're getting at.
Just scroll back up, just to prove a point, and a bit more, a little bit more. There we go. Back up to that bulge that guy's got in his pants. Oh my God, that's a woman.
That's a knee.
No, it's not.
It's a knee. I'll
For
bet
the
you.
sake of your stream, it's definitely not.
Oh God. Yeah, he's had a lot of wine tonight.
Yeah. I think he's had it.
Normally, dude, I've only had like 1 and a bit bottles. It's fine.
Oh,
You should
God.
see me on a bad night. At the moment, I'm still on the reasonable side of comprehension.
So all you people are suggesting these people. Why don't you jump onto my Discord and leave it on those suggestions in one of my rooms? I've got a room just for video suggestions, and I would love to have all of those.
Ryder,
Because-
are you able to put a link to your Discord in the chat?
Yeah, I am. I usually put it on my videos as well, but I can create a quick invite. I'll actually put it on the video suggestions just to be quicker. And
Really? Because I'm racing you. There it is. There's the link to Ryder's Discord.
All right.
now I'm creating a link that doesn't expire. I don't know if yours expires or
Would
not.
be a good point. Mine expires within probably X amount of 1 day. That
Yeah,
sucks.
mine doesn't expire at all.
All right.
Oh,
Folks, make sure you click that link in the chat. Join us on Discord.
yes,
Yeah.
please. A shout out to Round Thinker, by the way. He's a small creator. I did a small collab with him. Oh, can't even spell today. Did a Thinker. There we go. Have a look at this channel. He talks about science. He talks about in 2 languages, English and God,
Hebrew?
Hebrew. That's it. Thank you. And I think not just because I'm there. He has videos. So he has collabs with Team Skeptic, Fight the Flat Earth, and others. I would suggest having a look. He talks about scientific stuff, things you might want to look at. And let me just put a link to his channel in case you guys want to have a look as well. There we go.
Sounds good. I've just been tagged that Saif DX says, tell GloberMom that I was the one that suggested Gale. So GloberMom, I assume you're fond of Gale.
GloberMom, are you there?
I think she's gone.
Oh, she's muted. She's muted.
We've lost Mummy. Mommy!
Mom, Mama, Mommy, Mommy, Mama.
I need Bitty.
Oh
Bitty.
no, not that one.
Oh, for anyone who knows them.
All right. Well, gentlemen, I need to start.
Yeah, no, I need to wrap up this anyway. We've been going for 3.5 hours, and that's way too much already. and the bad things are starting to happen. So,
I'm back.
welcome back, Mom. I'm gonna say my goodbyes in the end, so I'll ask you guys to do it first. I'll ask Mom to go first.
Well, thank you for having me on again. I love doing these. These are so fun. So count me in for the next one, whenever that is.
Will do. Do you have anything coming up? I know I asked in the beginning, but just to remind everyone.
I'm just working on my videos for the Replay Thursdays in a couple days. So yeah, it'll be the usual things I do, but my Reddit time stories and things like that. So, so I'm just going to work on them, get them recorded.
Good.
So, other than that, that's what I'm working on. So,
well, glad to have you. It's always fun to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming as well. Now, Barman, you.
Oh, thank you very much for having me. It's been an enjoyable pleasure to find someone more stupid than me, which is always a good sign. I have to ask GloberMummy if she understands the reference of Mom, can I have some bitty? GloberMummy bitty. Bitty.
I don't understand that reference, but
Mom,
I kind of get the gist of it.
You know the
no, okay.
There's a worse one than that. There's a British one.
Little Britain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I'll share a link in Discord with you guys. Don't worry. You'll see what he means. I know what he means, unfortunately.
Okay.
And then, to show myself out, I have a video tomorrow that I'm going to be out at some point. And my Leserables video for tomorrow night, which I've already bagsied my slot, so I know that's going to be out at 9 o'clock UTC tomorrow as well. Whoop-de-whoop.
All right. And finally, Swing.
GloberMom, it is always a pleasure to talk to you. SarcasticBarman, it has been a treat to talk to you. This was hilarious. And Ryder, as always, thank you so much for having me on. This is always a good time. And to everyone, and to everyone in the chat, I'm not a content creator, so don't bother looking me up. But if you would like to chat with me, by all means, join Rider of Dinosaurs Discord. You'll find me and a few other people there, and make sure you buy from his merch store. Damn, I almost did that flawlessly.
I'm looking forward to the ad that you do for him. I'll tell you.
Well, he's not getting a percentage though. Well, I'm saying it here to be recorded.
You just throw a free shirt or something his way
I never asked for anything, so it's all good.
I'll tell you the reason why.
Okay.
I don't get a lot of money from those shirts. It's
okay.
Teespring does all the shipping and printing and everything.
Right.
They take care of everything, so they take most of the money. And to make it a bit more affordable, I don't take a lot for myself. It's
I was
minimal.
going to say, looking at your pricing, you've got them priced basically the same as mine. So we make sweet FA, and it's the joy of wearing your merch. Going,
Yes.
So goddamn cool.
It is.
Listen, I'm only doing this for fun anyway. I'm not looking for a monetary gain anyway, so it's all good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. All right.
Oh, yeah.
My turn. I address everyone in the chat. Thank you for coming. It's been wonderful, especially the collaborations of everyone with whenever something crazy is happening. We've been having it's a little bit lower now. We had an average about 50 people in, which is wonderful for a 3-hour live stream. So the numbers were never.
I think you peaked at 63 at one point, and then
yes,
so that was good.
Yeah, it was really good. And so thank you, everyone. Keep your eyes out. I have my website, riderofdinosaurs.co.uk, where I send out information about my live streams. So you can sign up or subscribe. Sorry, I mean to my newsletter, and that's about it. So I don't send anything else, just about the live streams. The reason I do this is because YouTube's notifications is knackered, has been for a long time.
It's pants. Mm-hmm.
So with a couple of days in advance, I send out an email to everyone who subscribed to the website, and that's about it. You'll always be able to see it on the website as well. If you don't subscribe, you can go to the website, and I'll always have there the next live stream. For now, I'm not putting information about the videos, just live streams, but I think the live streams are more important for now. to all of you, Mom, it's always a pleasure to have you. It's a barrel of laughs with
Thank you.
having you around. Barman, I will definitely have you again.
I'm not paying it.
Yeah. Do you actually realize you had to pay to be on my chat on my live stream?
Well, I haven't sent you the bill from my agent yet, so you're. I'm expecting at least 25 pence per hour.
Oh goodness.
So yeah, it's been a pleasure. Again, I still have MC Tunes prize for the quiz to send you once this crazy lockdown is over, so I can ship something to you. Same to you, Mom.
Yeah. Yeah, so always into my details, so yep.
And don't forget, MC Tune is better than you.
Rapping.
That's right, Barman. He's better than you are. Mm-hmm.
Not at rapping. Have you seen me rap at present?
No,
Well,
no,
a rapid
no,
present.
no. See, people are running away now. And finally,
Oh no, they're not. We've actually gained. We just gained one just now.
no, we've got 29 people watching right now. We had 30, we had 34. So there, once you said I'm rapping, they were gone.
They're like, we're gone. Yeah.
Swing the Hammer, thank you so much for being with me again. I couldn't make these live streams without participation from you guys. So any of you. So thank you very much again for coming. I hope you'll be available for the next one as well.
Oh goodness.
All right. Thank you very much.
Always a pleasure.
Chat,
See you next
thank
time,
you for
Max.
coming. Love you all.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye, guys. Good night.
What does it say? No.
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 No. No.
Oh, I love it.